Like, he could
I
do it. If
when people ask
he
my
did
height,
it
I go into like automatic. It says 6'5" on my license.
on the license.
That I literally
says
go
it
into
on
that and I
the
was like,
license.
yeah.
He pulls out the documentations and the conversation ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
I thought it was T1, DRX, T1, DRX, DRX.
No,
it
was literally back and forth.
Oh.
It was DRX T1, DRX T1,
Yeah,
DRX.
that's why he was insane.
It was the last possible chance. It was down to the wire, and T1 had just won the game before. It was back and forth the whole time. Classic storybook.
Yeah.
League's fun. How we doing, guys? Good morning.
Good. Good morning.
I'm
Fresh
tired.
11
Well,
a.m. podcast.
I was going to say, it's not really morning. It's get closer.
No, it is more.
Don't worry, I
dude.
got an energy drink, so we can get to that drink segment whenever you feel like you need a pep in your step. I'm gonna pull this up so that we know where we're at for volume.
Which one am
Cool.
I?
You're middle, I think.
Middle?
Yeah,
That's gross.
yeah. It's
Wait, what?
yeah.
Why
That's
is
the
he
opposite.
middle now? What is this?
I don't know. Just
Because
that's
he
the way the
messed up
inputs
the
went.
mics.
I
Yeah,
almost
just
knocked
switch.
this
Switch
over.
mics.
No.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that's cool, man. Yeah. So you saw Dune yesterday.
I did see Dune,
Part 1.
part 1.
What'd you think? You talked to me a little bit in the car, but you didn't go too much into detail, which I'm glad.
It's good. Very good. Right?
Yeah.
Not what I expected.
Uh-huh.
I told him in the car.
Yeah.
I was expecting it more to be like in the desert,
Yeah.
but Paul is like
Yeah.
with House Atreides for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like 3/4 of the movies
Yeah.
or something like that. He's just in civilization.
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
As civilized as that planet can
Or
be.
Arakin, or whatever the city.
Yeah. I thought the planet's Arakin.
Arakin is the planet. Arakin is the name of.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna
It's
be honest.
slightly
Slightly different.
I'll be honest. I started the movie. There was a bunch of names getting dropped. I was like, okay, I understand why this movie's confusing. I don't need to know any of these names. If they're important, they'll show up again.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Exactly.
So
Like
I
what Star
stopped
Wars should have
caring.
done.
I stopped caring about learning every single name
Yeah.
and all the little words being said.
Right.
And I hopefully got enough to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think I do.
So who do you think? So I had a couple questions. So big spoilers for Dune Part 1. But before we get into this, welcome back to 99% Distracted.
Woo! Do
Because
the
we
intro
gotta do
on
the
time.
intro on time. Let's go. But yeah, so yeah, welcome back. Fun. I'm excited. We're doing a couple more. So it's
Yeah.
like we actually have uploads for the next
We're actually
month,
gonna do something.
basically.
Yeah.
Nice, guys.
Which is
We're
cool.
doing it.
So yeah, might have a guest too in a couple the next time that we
Yeah.
record. So it won't be the next episode
It'll be a
after this
while.
one airs.
Yeah.
It'll be the one
After
This-
that,
yeah.
hopefully.
hopefully.
Well,
stuff.
fingers
works
crossed.
out.
Work
Oh,
is an issue.
He
so
Yeah.
we'll
did
see.
say the guest did say that they were willing to do it on Saturday before we play D&D. So next Saturday we could record it.
Okay, yeah.
That's Poggy Woggies.
Yep.
I'm down.
And then I can upload it like that Wednesday because I typically do it middle of the week. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
upload. So I can upload it like that Wednesday.
Which is
Well,
after.
it wouldn't be that
my
Wednesday because
game.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
So I figured. So I told
Okay.
them we can meet here and then all go over together at the same time.
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
Actually,
We'll all just like caravan over there.
I'll have to just do stuff in the middle of the week
Yeah.
like I normally don't. But I'm lazy
I
and
think I actually have that
procrastinate.
day off.
Huh?
I think I have that day off.
Sweet. Oh,
So-
cool. Awesome. So we could do it early then.
Yeah.
Whatever time works for you.
Mhm.
Like whatever time would make it easier for you because we could do it early as well and then you can go.
I
do
just
your
would
thing
need
and
to
we can
do.
just
Yeah.
stay.
I just would need to actually put effort in the week rather than just doing it all day of.
Yeah, every day
I
before.
could just read the book.
Hey, that's what I
and-
do.
It's really
Uh,
not that hard.
That's what
I
I
have a
do
book
too.
to guide me.
Yeah, that's true. I wish I did, man. If I could snap my fingers and just have like a setting book
Right.
of just
Yeah.
extracting my
Of your
brain,
world.
so it would be
That'd be
so
nice.
awesome. But
So, what were your questions?
so yeah,
or
about
spoilers?
Dune. Yeah, because easily like my favorite modern like my favorite movie thing to have come out in the past like 10 years. Like I'm utterly obsessed. I've been reading the books. I'm loving it. It's super confusing because it's like dialogue, and then it
Love
cuts out of the dialogue to the person's internal dialogue with themselves, and then it goes back to them. So it's like, for example, again, big spoilers for the first like probably like I don't know 20 minutes or something, half an hour maybe, I don't know. But if you haven't seen Dune Part 1, go watch it before listening to this.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
You need
it
to watch
is.
it. It's on Hulu or on the Seven Seas.
Time to set sail, boys.
Set sail if you don't have Hulu. But like the scene with Paul and the Bene Gesserit with like the box.
Yeah.
There was literally a part where like the thing I was talking about last night where I was like, why didn't I like it so much? 'Cause I couldn't give an exact example. There's the part where he's like asking about like, you know, what's in the box, like that whole thing where it's like in the movie, he shows up to the place. She's like, Neil, come over here, whatever, you know, like, come here, Neil, down.
Big build up to
yeah,
it as
and
well.
then
With,
the
like,
only
doctor
explanation,
and all
the
them.
only explanation for the whole thing was pain. Like, what's in the box? Pain, and then like the whole thing of like an animal will gnaw its leg off to save itself.
Yeah.
Right. It's like we're testing if you're like human or whatever. They talked about that for like 20 minutes in the book. They were like animals will gnaw off their legs to become human, and we are testing if you're a human. Like, so you're like you will put your hand in the box
So
and
they laid it
experience
all out.
pain. Like blah blah blah.
But
They
how
laid
would that
everything
test
out.
if you're like human?
Completely laid everything out. I don't know. It's different because again, it's very different.
Yeah.
The books and
Pain
the movies are very
tolerance.
different.
That's why.
So the whole thing
yeah,
is
but
like
still, I feel like there's animals with higher pain tolerance.
it's weird. It's very confusing because it's like basically what they're testing for is
I think
like
it's willpower.
the willpower and reaction, because a human can contextualize pain, but an
Yeah.
animal can't. And so the animal just feels pain, bad, get away. Humans are like, this is pain, but I am supposed to withstand it, so I need to not react or
That
go
makes
away.
sense.
It's like animals are incapable of doing that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that's their whole thing. Bene Gesserit are weird, but that was the thing where I was like, they laid everything out before it. But in that scene as well, she's literally like talking about like explaining it to Paul, and then it cuts into her internal dialogue of like you know, like this is basically pointless. You're going to die anyways, blah 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 stuff. And then it cuts back to her responding to Paul's like question, and it's like, God,
Right.
Because
Yeah,
it's
that's-
dialogue, internal dialogue, then response, which is different from internal dialogue. It's cool because you get to see what the person's thinking, and you get to like read into it a little bit more, which is fun. But I understand why people say it's a very hard book to read. It's like I've barely read into it very much. And then there's a whole thing where like characters who aren't even introduced, who I won't talk about, who are introduced in part 2, there's a whole chapter with them talking. It's very weird. It's like it cuts to like to Getty Prime, and it's like the whole like a whole scene with like the Harkonnens and stuff, and like other people from different factions and whatever, and new characters and stuff. All of this introduced in the like third chapter of the book or second chapter of the book.
So it's like early
a
on.
whole chapter of
what
them
the-
basically being like, here is our plan with what we're going to do.
Yeah,
I think
laying
that's
the
smart,
entire
though.
plot basically of the second movie.
Director
out
made a
in the
good call
book.
not putting
Yes.
it in the
Yes.
first part.
Yeah.
110%, which is again why I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to read Dune Messiah before the movie.
Until the movie. Yeah.
And then I don't even know if they're going to get greenlit for a series after that. Then I'm going to start reading.
right.
Because I
See
think
what
like
happens.
because you know with 6 books, I think for the most part Paul's story I think is the first 3 or 4 books. I don't really think that
Yeah.
his story is much after. I think that it's like there's a huge time skip. Like I think there's a big time skip, and it's
can see that.
like it's later, and it's about other people, like, you know, generations later in Iraq or whatever. I'm not too sure.
Dude,
I
the
also don't
whole
want to look too much
concept
into it, but
of like
Paul's
spice-
story is done, I think, after the 3rd or 4th book, maybe. So it's like he's not really like maybe I don't know if he shows up or not. Again,
Right.
I have no idea. I don't want to know. But his story for the most part isn't really like developed anymore. He's not the main character anymore by
Yeah.
like the 3rd or 4th book.
I
So
can see that.
I might just read him after Dune Messiah comes out, but we'll see. I guess we'll have to see.
The whole concept
But-
of spice is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Isn't it also interesting that, like, I was going to say this last time we were talking about Dune, but didn't want to say it because you hadn't seen the first part. It's like, you look at George Lucas's inspiration, it's like this, you know, chosen one character that's, like, not totally, like, with the idea of, like, you know, like being a big part of this organization that is basically like saying, oh, like, you're the one, whatever, all this
Yep.
stuff on a desert planet where spice, a drug, is
Yep.
being is like the main source of income for like the galaxy. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Like that literally is
Yeah.
Tatooine. Like it literally is called spice as well.
That's
the
all
drug
of-
that Jabba the Hutt sells
So-
is called spice.
All of modern day Disney is inspired by Dune.
Yeah,
They
literally.
keep going back to Tatooine.
Literally, yeah, and Jakku, exactly. It's like all,
Love
like
it.
literally,
More desert.
spice was the name of a thing on a
Yes.
desert planet. Isn't that crazy? It's so weird.
So Dune
It's like,
ripped off
what?
Star Wars.
No.
Dune did come out after Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
book didn't. But yeah, no, it was really cool. And I've watched a lot of like old interviews with
Mr. Lucas.
with Herbert,
Oh.
the author of the books, and I was like,
Okay.
wow, this guy's cool. I was like, what the heck? Like he was so ahead of his time. It's crazy seeing old interviews with him and like how he's like talking about like where the idea and stuff came
Yeah, it's a
from and all
different-
this, whatever. I was like, whoa,
It's a different
dude.
type of sci-fi that I like.
Really cool. And I love how there's like they use swords and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing with like the shield stopping very fast projectiles.
Mm-hmm.
So using swords and stuff again being useful. It's like that seems very realistic and plausible for like a sci-fi setting of there
Yeah.
being like, okay, we need to stop bullets from getting to
I
us
will
because
say,
they're the
though,
most deadly thing in like our current world.
With
Like stopping bullets would be the first priority for building a shield, right?
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I guess if bullets don't work, we're gonna go back to what we knew worked back in the medieval times and start using swords and blades
And
again.
they also
which
like
is so
change their
interesting.
fighting style.
Yeah,
Like whenever they're
exactly.
like fighting, they'll like go quick, and then like right before they like
Yeah,
kill you, they
so
go slow.
cool.
Yeah,
So cool.
I like.
I
that.
will say, I felt the shields in Dune Part 1 were a little lackluster.
Oh, you like the big
I wish,
blocky
yeah, I
boxes?
wish they were just more visual.
more like
Yeah,
You know,
those
like
are
you
sick.
could
more like
see
the
'em a little
original
better.
movie.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be cool.
Can you imagine the big fight scenes though with that?
They would suck.
blocky
It would suck.
shields. You already can't tell. It's just there's red.
If people
Oh,
don't
there's
know,
red.
for people who have seen Dune but haven't like seen the original Dune, I'll put a little video of like what the shields looked like, and
They
it's
look better.
point
They
out.
crazy.
look better, dude.
It's right there.
They
That shield.
don't look
They look
crazy.
better,
There's a whole
okay.
video of
Yeah.
Corridor Digital, where
Huge
they
shout out.
a
I
really
love
really
Corridor
really
Digital,
cool
dude.
video where they basically did the scene with Gurney and Paul training with the old shields, and it looks
Yeah.
it's so funny.
It's-
I really like Duncan. That guy was cool.
Duncan's sick.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa
Yeah.
popped. I didn't even know it was him at first.
What a cool character.
I was like, wait a minute, wait, what? And I was like, oh, yeah, he was sick.
Yeah.
Like the dynamic between him and
Rip to the
Paul was
goat.
super cool.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So sick,
Rip
man.
those monkey. The
Jungle
dynamic
Death,
between
man.
him and Paul was really cool.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, how he like scouted the planet ahead of time
Yeah,
and like got to
joined
know the people.
Joined the Fremen.
That was
Yeah.
so cool.
Super cool. Which I caught on like rewatching the first one. I was like, oh my god, oh, he's a still suit. I didn't realize he had a still suit.
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, whoa, cool. But
And,
it's
like-
like before you knew what still suits were, he had it
He
on.
had a- he
but
has
if you
a
had seen it
still
before,
suit
you're like, oh
on.
shit, he's got a still suit.
And then
but
he
they don't talk
has
about it. It's
like
cool.
he had the sand compactor and he was like talking about all this stuff.
Dude.
And again, I was like, I have no idea what that is. Don't care.
Yeah.
But then they brought it back
Holy
out and I was like,
moly.
oh, that's the sand compactor.
my,
Yeah.
my
It made
fav-
sense.
I want your what is your opinion? My favorite. I think probably my favorite scene from the first one. I really like the Gom Jabbar in the box scene. Is really that's just cool. It's like that's an
Yeah, it
iconic
is.
scene.
What is Gom Jabbar? Is that
Gom Jabbar is the needle.
The needle.
The needle
I
is
keep
the
forgetting.
so the poison.
What's the name of like Paul, like the word for Messiah?
the Lisan al Gaib?
Lisan al Gaib.
Yes.
That's the one I keep forgetting.
Lisan al Gaib.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what were you
so
saying?
sick. The voice from the Outer
cool-
Worlds.
The cool.
So
scenes.
the scene where he first steps down onto Arrakis, onto the
Yeah.
desert when he's the whole the scene with
House
the
Atreides.
with the
showing up?
spice
The spice
compactor or
machine?
whatever, where
Yeah.
it's like they're like in the
Yeah.
worm where you first see that whole part was so sick.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not when I was telling you before we had even talked about this in the podcast where I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen a movie before where I was genuinely my heart rate was increasing and I was getting nervous. I was so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember you saying
I
that.
was so like completely enveloped in the world.
Yeah.
Was that scene?
Yeah.
I was genuinely
that's such a
in
cool
fear
scene.
like for like I felt like
So-
I was in danger in that
Dude.
whole scene, but the first when he steps down,
I didn't, dude. I was like watching that scene when the extractor
Yeah.
machine thing
Yeah.
failed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, come on, dude.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking, yeah, okay. I mean, it makes sense that the equipment goes faulty, but like, of course, the one time the
and
characters
of course
are
they're
here,
like,
it fails.
Interesting
Hey,
thing. Well,
but
well,
then-
Never fails.
yeah.
I'm getting to it, but then they talk about how they're being sabotaged. And I was like,
By the
bro,
Harkonnens,
Yeah.
yes.
it makes
It makes sense.
now.
Obviously, things would start going wrong the second that the
and
Atreides
it's
family
one
gets
of those
Arrakis.
things where it's like, that's just the desert, dude. Things just
Oh,
go bad.
shit, things just happen to
Can't
go
track
wrong.
it back to us.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Those filthy
The
little
Harkonnens are
rats.
so cool.
Speaking of Harkonnens,
So
what a
cool.
cool scene with Paul's dad with the tooth,
Yeah.
bro.
Do you see what I
That-
mean?
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac
that
popped
was
off.
so cool.
That was
What a
insane.
cool invention.
Do you see what
thing.
happens when an actor gets a good script?
I know, yeah, he did.
Like, he was so awesome as Leto.
dude.
Oh.
Like he was like mumbling. The guy like puts his shield on, thinking he's safe.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the shield ring, that's cool.
So
Yeah,
sick. I
it
love
is.
that.
like
He's
I like.
but
the
also
wrist
shows
thing.
how much of a pussy that he is still.
Yeah.
Like he's still in fear of Leto in the moment, like of Leto
Dude, that dude's
Atreides,
naked,
a
bro.
politician.
That guy's
with
naked.
Yeah,
right
he's
he is
naked,
still
like-
scared
He's
of
still scared.
Leto.
Oh, he should be.
And he literally
So
couldn't move
sick.
because he was like poisoned.
Crazy.
And so he's just like
Yeah.
laid out there.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Dude,
And he's
Little-
still
He's
scared.
laying out a little mumble. Guy's like, what
That-
did you
yeah,
say?
that
Leans
just goes
forward.
to show how
Leans
like,
forward, turns on his shield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
so awesome. But the thing I was telling you about earlier, so there's a cool video I just saw the other day of the director of these movies. Like there was a video called I think it's a series called Favorite Shots, and it's basically they bring directors in to talk about their favorite shots from their iconic movies and stuff. This guy did Arrival, which is a cool like alien movie. He did Sicario, which is amazing. It's like a
Lucario?
Sicario.
Yo.
It's like a really cool movie about like special operations
Yeah.
in like Mexico and stuff like against the cartel. Really good movie. It has Emily Blunt. Super good. He did a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called Enemy, I think is what it's called, which has this really iconic like the last shot. With I guess if any fans are out there of the movie, the last shot with the spider. He talks about, but in Dune 1, because I can talk about Dune 1's shot because he has his favorite shot in Dune 2.
Yeah.
But in Dune 1, his favorite shot was when he was like stepping down onto Arakan for the first time and like going down and picking up the sand and seeing the spice and stuff in it.
I was wondering
So
how are they,
sick.
because they keep talking about the spice in the air, and I was like, how are they gonna visually like show it?
Looks awesome.
And they
doesn't
did
it?
it so well, dude. It's basically just like glitter.
The
in
like
air,
red glitter.
but it's
So
like,
cool.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah.
Because and you saw when the spice collector was on the surface, like the
Yeah.
sand was red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot
So
like
cool.
a deeper red.
And then
It's
there
like,
was
oh.
that whole thing of like the scene of him like of he started ingesting spice and stuff and has the like very low tolerance to it and like started seeing his visions and stuff, and then he's like, I recognize your footsteps, old man, and then
Yeah.
immediately like boom, it gets grabbed and like
Yep.
everything comes back to in the
Yep.
moment was one of the like so
is- Yeah,
it was one of those
that
things.
was I had such
was like,
a visceral
dude.
reaction to that scene. I was like, oh my god. I literally, it was that scene. It was like already I knew I was watching basically like a masterpiece. That scene in specific, I was like, okay, we're dealing with a professional here. Like whoever
Yeah,
directed this. Because at the
yes.
time when I was watching, I didn't know it was the guy who had directed it. His name I can't pronounce for the life of me, but I'll put it there because he's awesome. Is like a French director, I think. So talented. I was
Yeah.
like that whole thing too of
Canadian.
them just
It's a
like
French Canadian,
of like time like stopping
Dennis
for a moment
something.
of him like just that like very like real and raw like moment of him like walking on he said because like his whole thing with that scene why he likes it so much is it was like it's so like hands and feet are so intimate and they can't lie. Right. It's such a moment that like you can relate to so heavily of just that like awe of the moment of like all of the emotion that you get literally out of Paul just kneeling onto the ground and picking sand up and letting it fall through his fingers.
Yeah.
Like all of the emotion you get with no face at all, no dialogue, nothing. Like so cool.
Yeah, the cinematography, bro.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Amazing.
The shots, the like the coloration of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So good.
It's-
Yeah. Oh, it's great, man.
And then I like that's another thing too with that scene. It's like he's having the visions,
Yeah.
so you're kind of like waiting for the vision to like see it,
Yeah.
And then that's when he gets like brought out of it, and you don't see any
So
of it
cool.
Yeah, it's
until
The cool
later.
thing too is looking at like seeing what do you think about you saw the vision of oh shoot, I can't remember his name. The dude he fought at the end.
Yeah.
Being sort of like the guide for him.
Yeah,
and then
I was so confused.
Isn't that's a little interesting.
I was like thinking about it. I was like, okay.
So it's like maybe
So some of them are accurate, but some of them
no.
aren't.
I think they might have like.
But
I
that's,
don't think he had
guess
the
I was
ability
literally-
yet.
I was
Because I think
he's
it's.
always
I
had
think it
vision.
was her.
No, he's always had the
No, but
ability
like
to
he
see the
doesn't have
future.
them fully.
Well,
Like, he
no,
doesn't have
them.
what that was doing is that they aren't set in stone.
because
Well,
what I
that's-
what
Well,
I
no,
saw
'cause,
from
like-
that though,
Yeah.
'cause-
Because like she and him kind of like switched. Like she was his guide instead of him.
Yeah, but
And she
it's
was
like,
the one fighting him in the visions.
Yeah, but it's like
So
like,
I think
true.
that like they're not fully. They
It's-
weren't fully right because he.
They did
the point.
switch, though.
So the point of that essentially, the point of the guy dying in the fight was to show the viewer that the visions are not necessarily, and for Paul was him realizing that the visions are not unavoidable, right? He still has agency even with the visions,
Yeah.
right? That was the whole point of that, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh, I
So
got
that was
that.
super
It was
super
just-
cool. Yeah,
Didn't fully get like his.
it
visions
was a
weren't
little confusing to
right.
me at first, but doing research and stuff, and then with the director was talking about it, it
Yeah.
was like, I thought that was really cool.
I was
like,
thinking
whoa.
back on it too.
Because it was a sort of thing where I was
There
like
was a lot
huh?
of visions.
confused about it. But.
There was a lot of visions that didn't really make sense. Like
Mhm.
Zendaya's character, don't know her name, but when she was sitting in like
Shawnee.
the white robes
Yeah.
instead of like the classic like desert clothes, I was like, that's a little.
Part 1 is going to be
odd.
awesome to rewatch after seeing part 2.
But then there was other stuff like the bloody hands and everything like that, and it was like, okay, these visions,
Yeah.
you haven't seen any of those happen yet. But then like Paul, after he like kills the guy, he starts recalling all the visions he's had of like the bloody hands, and it's like putting the pieces together where it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I was supposed to kill him.
Yeah.
Deal, you know what I mean?
right.
But he didn't know that because getting the visions isn't interpreting them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's
right.
still a level of that interpretation
Mhm.
that he needs to go through in order to actually understand them.
So cool. I think that's really cool because I mean, my first D&D character was literally all about seeing into the future and stuff, right? I like the idea of, I love, like, partially why I liked Aaron so much, Aaron Yeager, in
Aaron Yeager.
Attack on Titan. Something that I thought was really cool about that was, like, seeing the future, and then, like, I like Paul's sort of like visions and stuff that he gets, whatever, where it's like, you know, Aaron has like just the ability to see the future, whatever. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Aaron and
Just
Paul are
knows the
very
future.
different, but like having visions of the future, which is more like what Orwis has, more similar to
Right,
Paul,
you
but
need
still
to
having
interpret
agency,
them.
still
Yeah.
having agency and leaving it being sort of like leaving it up to interpretation, and then giving you, still allowing for the agency to like change the future is really, really cool. Like, I like the idea of that, of like, okay, like, here's the vision of this guy who you're going to fight, like being your guide to the desert or whatever.
Right.
But then you killing this person is like, that future now no longer is a thing.
Well, here's
which
the
is
thing.
like, but it's like,
he was the guide to the desert. He kills him. Now he's accepted to be in the desert.
yeah,
So
right.
he is
Yeah.
guiding him to the desert.
So in a way, yeah.
it's just not
So
the
cool.
way he thought.
Did you see
Yeah.
also on my Discord for a while, my little like about or whatever was referencing the very last scene, or I guess
didn't
not the
read your
last line,
Discord,
but
but I
like
also
one of
had
the
that.
last lines of the
Not
first
that
movie,
important.
which was like,
You're
my
right.
path leads into the
Moving
desert.
on.
I can see it.
Yep, that was so- I
my
love that
my
line. That
quote
was
on
sick.
Discord was, my path leads into the rift. I can see it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I saw
League of
that.
Legends. Yeah.
I saw that.
I was like, it was very funny. I liked that a lot. But yeah, dude, I can't wait to see the second one because my God, it's so good. And the third one, I
Yeah.
can't wait to see the trailer for the third
See,
one.
the thing
and, like,
about
oh my God.
Dune, like the film is just so nice to watch, purely visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, take out everything but the visuals.
It's just pretty.
It's still nice to watch.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the Seven Seas would do it justice,
Yeah.
because the quality is going to be worse.
Yeah. If you can find a site that that
But like,
does have good
I
quality.
think
that
it's
would be
on
worth it,
Amazon Prime Video. It's just, I think it's
is
like
it?
$20 or something to watch.
Part 2.
Yeah, I think.
To rent.
I
It's
looked
probably
it up.
HD or whatever.
I looked it up online. I
Whatever it
looked
would
up
be.
Dune Part 2, and it's at Amazon Prime Video, $20-something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that would be because you might own it for $20. Because if that's the case, I might buy it because I would love to own it. But I also might wait for like the third movie for Messiah to come out and then buy like the 3-film trilogy collector thing, whatever that they do. Because I already have the books. I want the movies now, so it's like, it'd be kind of cool to have both of.
Dude, I mean, I can totally see the director being the same director as Blade Runner 2040 too. Because watching that movie too, it's like the shots are so
so awesome.
Reason I watched that movie is I saw a bunch of people edits.
Yeah, his favorite scene from that
online.
as well was the very opening, very, very first scene where he's sleeping in the car.
Oh yeah,
That was his favorite shot from all of Blade Runner,
Why?
which I don't know because it's again it's a very intimate shot of just like the shot over the shoulder of like sleeping, being vulnerable. It's like there's a lot of like filmmaker stuff where it's like shots go way deeper than like the viewer being like, oh, it's the back of the character's head.
Yep, trying to
Oh,
figure
interesting.
out. Dude.
Oh, that's
things
Ryan
are.
Gosling.
Yeah.
It's way deeper than that, where it's like
I
in the
saw that.
car, sleeping in the car, traveling, and also there's the whole thing. Well, I don't know if I really want to talk about it because spoilers for Blade Runner, which is another great movie, but
I've never seen it.
you should see it. You should watch it. I won't say what I was going to say then because you should watch it. It's awesome. You would love it because you like cyberpunk. So you would like it.
It didn't blow me
Very,
out of the
very good.
water
Yeah.
at all, but watching it's definitely the same director as Dune.
Yeah.
You know how there's just like weird things in Dune that just are cool?
Yeah.
Like the bath of like oil healing stuff.
So
like
so
visually,
cool.
dude, that thing is
visually
so cool.
is so awesome.
Like again, I don't need to know a single thing about it.
I have
looks
no
cool,
idea.
and I know it heals
Yeah.
him. It's all.
Yeah.
It's
Or
sci-fi.
something.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna understand everything.
Yeah.
People are like they asked the cast about that as well, like if they got in, if they touched it or whatever, or anything, and like what they thought it was, because it was like I don't even think it's described in the book. I think that was literally the director put that in, and they're like, I don't know, maybe it's to like take the weight off his back because he's so big,
Maybe.
and like has that whole like lift thing. It's like, oh, dude,
When
so
you can see
cool.
his spine light up red. And
Yeah, it's
And
So,
I
yeah.
thought he was like growing, like his legs were super long, but he's just
No, he's just has hover things because he's so fat that
Yeah,
he has hover things to take the weight off his back.
Rich from the spice.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
in the book as well, in the book it's like he likes eating, but so there's less weight on his legs in the book. He doesn't actually float in the book. I'm very glad that he floats in the book.
yeah.
Or in the
In
movie.
the movie,
So
the
cool.
director did so well
It's great.
with interpreting.
It's
it.
so cool. Yeah.
I need to watch Dune Part 2 because there's still
Yeah.
that video essay. It's like when two directors adapt the same piece of media or whatever.
Yeah, comparing.
It's comparing the original Dune to Dune Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Dude, the
So
original
cool, man.
Dune is so good.
Like I said, this
I know the
director's been
shields in the
insane.
original. You can't
so
beat them.
good,
Dude,
dude.
the acting
Bring
is
it
also
back.
insane too.
So good, dude. Yeah. What's in the box? Pain. The pain. He literally says that.
He
Yeah,
He
it's
says the pain like that when his hands in the box, and it literally looks like a mini fridge. It's huge.
He pulls out like a really cold drink after. His hands are like
He like
a
turns it,
little
he
red.
cracks it.
it's just a sponsor.
It's a
It's
sponsor.
a sponsor in the middle.
It's like the OG Mountain Dew. It's like when
Sprite.
Mountain Dew first
It's-
came out.
it's
Or
Sprite, but
Sprite.
it says
Yeah.
spice.
Sprite. Whoa, that would be sick.
Yo.
Dude,
That-
I want to make that now. Like a little, like a
Yeah.
cover for like a Sprite can. It says Spice. Dude, that's cool. Do it for like Sprite cranberry, so it's like red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Anyways,
Spice
another
cranberry.
fun little thing. So yeah, the reason that we're so late for recording this, I got pulled over this morning.
Oh.
That's why I didn't want to take the back roads because there was cops on those roads there.
Wait, you said that too.
Why?
You
Why
said
did you
there's
get
cops
pulled over?
everywhere?
I got pulled over because I guess I was going 50 and a 25.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
but hear me out.
Weymouth?
Yes, it's the very bottom of the hill next to the fish hatchery,
Yep.
which doesn't even open until late. I was there before 9 o'clock. It doesn't even open till 9.
Yeah.
Like they don't
Yeah.
even start working at the fish hatchery until like later.
Also,
so like or the
trees
park doesn't get open,
everywhere.
all that stuff, whatever. It's like it's a big hill, a huge hill, which is like you're already going like
Yeah,
you're
you're
like
already
a
going.
speed limit 40 or something.
I think it's 25.
And then it's or 35.
You're going
and then it
30 at
goes
the
down to
start
like
of it.
I think
25.
yeah, during
and then it goes
on
back
the turn,
to like
it's
but it's
25.
like just the very bottom of the hill. And it's like I saw him there, and I saw it, and it was a blacked out car. It was like I was like, fuck, man.
That's where you just speed up.
Because
he was
isn't
gonna
the
come-
other side of 40?
Yeah,
It goes up.
it
to
goes
like
up to 40. It goes from 35,
Yeah.
25, 40.
Yeah.
And it's like
Unlucky.
immediately, it's like right there. It's like bottom of that hill. It's 25 for like literally probably about like 10 seconds of driving.
Yeah.
If you're, even
Yep.
if you're going 25, and then you're back up to 40. So it's like 99% of people who go on that road don't really slow down there.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
I went down and I only slow down if there's people at the bottom of the road. 'Cause sometimes there are people with their trucks and
Yep.
they're outside of their truck standing. It's
Yeah.
like, if there's people
So it's
there, I
like-
slow down. There was nobody there. I saw the blacked out van, and then I started slowing down. I was like, damn it! And I looked at my speedometer. It was 50. I was like, fuck. This guy's gonna pull me over, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see lights turn on, and he's gonna come behind me. Didn't come behind me. Then another guy down the same road who got like a radio thing, like, "Hey,
Dang,
the white
Yeah,
car,
he-
whatever." Throws his lights on right as I go past him, and mind you, I'm going like 5 under the speed limit.
Yeah, because
And then I'm like, oh, god damn it. The guy pulls me over. He's like, yeah, you're going like 50 and 25 Fish Hatchery Road, whatever. But I was like, oh, crap. Yeah.
did you get a ticket?
No, didn't get one. thank
Okay,
God.
that's
But then he was like, yeah, do you have your registration? Whatever. I give him the registration. I'm like, oh, wait, sorry. That's the one from last year. Put it away. Get another one. 2023. Don't even have a registration.
Yikes.
I've been out of registration since September. It's May. September of 2023.
Oh my!
So it's May. So like
it's
it will have been a year and like 4 months.
Dude, it all makes sense now. In the car, you were talking so much about like, oh, my registration's out of date. Oh, these cops are just trying to hit their quota. 'Cause
They
we
were,
saw-
man. It
we
pissed me
saw-
off, man.
We saw a speed
There was
limit
like
sign and another
literally
cop.
like a bit like one of those
They-
like light up speed limit things, like slow down on a road, like, and it said 25 or whatever it was, and it was like slower than the speed limit of the road.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll follow that one, thank you, not this light up one.
Yeah, I don't
And then I'm
know.
like, that's stupid. And then there was like 3 cops in the center of Gray. I was like, what is going on? There's like 7 cops in the center of Gray right now.
they always
crazy.
there's always like days when they just have a bunch
Yeah,
of.
they're
I
just
wonder if it's
bored.
because of school.
I'm telling you, they haven't hit their quota. They gotta pull more people up. They gotta give out tickets because that's a thing.
Dude, if they just
Yeah,
wait
gotta
until
get the
school gets
budget.
out, they're gonna get a bunch
They
of
got
kids
it.
doing
Yeah,
like
exactly. They
80.
don't want to waste their budget. They
Yeah,
want to have the
dude.
same budget as
Some of
next
those
year.
high school drivers are scary.
Crazy.
I know. It's
And it's scary,
bad.
like, because they're going to crash and kill themselves.
I
Scary,
know.
you know what I mean?
Like,
Wild, man.
Like everyone's like, "Oh, it's not scary. I'm used to driving this speed." No, it's scary because you make one bad decision.
Yeah,
and you're
true.
Dead.
yeah.
But yeah,
it's-
I was worried about driving because for some reason I don't know why, but for some reason when you're like, oh, we have to get something for Mom for Mother's Day, I thought we were going to the mall. I don't
I
know
did too.
why.
I mean, I thought we were gonna go to like a flower shop.
I
but
don't
then
know
Where did you
why.
guys go?
We went to True Value.
it's True Value
'Cause that's
Oh.
where my mom.
or Gray
Whatever it is
Community
now.
Hardware.
I just like
It's
drove
true,
by it
right,
and
right.
saw that the name
was
was
like,
changed. I was
what?
like, what is going on there?
yeah.
I don't care. It's
And I was
gonna
like,
always
what?
Be True Value.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we went there and just got 2 potted to like hanging plants, and so they're very nice. And I was like, okay, perfect. And then we went to
And
Hannaford.
we
and
also
got
got
the
a
drink.
drink.
Which, if you wanna pull that out, we can do
Drink
that.
Let's do
time.
it.
Sure, let's do it now.
This is still an energy.
But yeah,
drink,
so I
and
got
it's
pulled
so
over. The guy let me go. He's like, yeah, just make sure you gotta get that registered. I was like, yeah, I'll probably do that later today. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm busy like all day, and the office closes at like 5, so I might have time to go after.
Yeah.
I don't know, but regardless, I'll do it.
So
this
do we
weekend or something.
Do we do the illusion of not knowing what this is, or do we just let them know that
No,
we
we
know what it
we
is?
s-
because
yeah,
put
we
it
did see
together?
it. So because we were like, oh yeah, let's do a podcast, whatever. I thought that Trey had bought a drink because he's like, let's do a podcast on
makes sense.
Thursday. I would have thought he would have bought a drink, right? That would make sense.
That would.
If he would have bought a drink,
If it was his turn as well.
but didn't have one.
No.
So I had to stop
Did
at
you-
Hannaford on the way home.
Did you
On the
tell
way
us
here.
to get a drink?
He did. Yes,
Okay.
right before after we had
I
made the
didn't see
decision
that.
to go in, he texted saying get a drink, and then I responded okay after we had already bought that. So I think they changed the recipe. This one I will admit I have had before, but I had it like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and I think they changed the recipe. I saw it. Seth was interested, and I was like, sure, I'll get it. When we go to lunch, Trey's gonna get one because there's a lot at Pineland. I don't know if you've been into the market for like drinks, but they have like local stuff too, which is really cool. So there's a lot of really, really cool like little local stuff. which is nice. So they'll I'm sure there's gonna be something there that's interesting. And there's definitely stuff there that none of us have had. But on the same vein of drinks, I just got like a fun little like treat for Lily and I.
Purple. Yeah.
We got a fun little treat for Lily and I. I got blue milk from Star Wars. They have like the seasonal flavor or whatever.
Blue milk.
Yeah.
Bad lip reading videos for
But yeah,
Star Wars.
so I thought that was kind of fun.
Oh, shoot.
The next one, don't worry. The next one will be right. We'll do it right.
Sniff test, sniff test.
Yeah, that's
cotton
cotton
candy.
candy. You would have been able to tell immediately
Cheers
by
it.
smelling it, even if you didn't see the
this
can. You would have known it was cotton candy
I just
soda
like
or
sniffed
whatever.
my mic. I just went.
Mm.
Whoa.
I'm doing no reaction this time.
No reaction. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
This guy's an alcoholic.
Oh
you can tell.
God!
Did a fizz get in your eye?
Oh, dude! Not just fizz, a whole drop got in my eye.
You like it that much?
Dude.
You're putting it in your eyes?
I got in my eye. That hurts. Do we want to rate it and then drink, then finish it? 'Cause it's a lot. It's a lot more than normal.
No, it isn't.
This is important. Some drinks fall off hard if you drink them too quick.
So do we want to? Okay, because
I think we
do we
rate
initial,
it first,
initial test
and then we
and then
chug
down it and
yeah.
then see how it is as a chugged drink?
Yeah.
Because there are some drinks that you can just chug and it's like good, delicious the whole way down, and you're like, oh, this is so good, I can't stop drinking, and then you drink the whole thing.
I don't know.
I was just talking not too long ago, like, not too long ago, but like a few months ago. I was talking to River about that. There was some drink that him and I were both like, dude, I think it was the Calypso things that he gets, the like lemonades. And he like chugs the whole thing. I was like, I do the same thing.
Yeah. I start
like,
sweating when I
literally
drink those.
chug the whole thing, and you're just like drinking it, and you're like, stop drinking, stop drinking,
Is
stop
that the
too sour
massive
for me.
things?
So good.
What are the?
the-
Are they small?
They're
They're like-
the big glass bottles of lemonade
Oh,
and stuff.
no.
Yeah,
But
they're
there's
like
a
average
blue
size.
raspberry lemonade. Yeah, they're average size.
It might be bigger than average.
They're cute.
They're,
They're
massive. They're
They're
massive.
really
man.
big. They're like a McDonald's.
Almost too
large.
much, man.
It's too much. Mm-hmm.
This one's actually stumping me.
I think I have a rating.
I genuinely don't know.
I think I have one too. It's just
I got one.
I don't know.
Yeah, I settled on one.
It's like the aftertaste. Like something just like hits me in the back of the throat.
Are
It's
you
like,
ready
ooh.
to rate?
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, bubbles. This is why I have to flatten my sodas.
Mm.
'Cause I'm literally crying. My eyes water when I have too much carbonation.
I'm so sad.
I'm
for you.
super sensitive to carbonation. I don't know why.
Aw, you poor child.
3, 2, 1.
A.
B.
See. Ooh.
B C A.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
I may have rated it wrong. I maybe meant to do A, because
Yeah.
This is
me
not
too.
an S tier. This is not.
what is A? Is
A is
like
a
you,
solid choice.
like you don't get it every time, but you get it every
S-
now and then.
S is you're going out of your way to get it. A is if it's there you'll get it. As in like
Yeah,
there's a bunch of options, you'll choose it as
Yeah.
an option.
it's like pretty high up on the thing of like.
Wait,
B-
what's in the middle? Is B in the middle?
B is the middle.
Solid.
Oh, then B
Yeah.
instead of C.
I'm going A.
Because I thought
This is not S tier.
No, I'm right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, B. Yeah,
I'll go
This is
B.
not S tier. I'm not going out of my way to get it.
yeah.
But I
I really like it.
like the flavor. It's just like I said, if you drink too much of it,
I really like it. This is
the
very.
flavor lingers.
It's very tough to drink a whole can of this.
Yeah.
It's really
That's
hard.
why I
It
would-
also used to be colored. It used to have coloring.
Oh.
It used to be pink.
Oh yeah, I
I
think
don't know if
It
that was,
I
tastes-
think that was the
different.
first time
Yeah.
I've ever had one of those.
Yeah.
Because
I will say I do like Bang Energy. I do think it's pretty good. Wait, can we see what it is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't
guys
know what
see
it is.
because you guys.
Whoa!
it's
Cotton candy bang energy. It's cotton candy. I thought so. I smelled it. I do like it. It's definitely surprisingly, it's actually one of, if not my favorite, Bang Energy. I really like it. Yeah, get that out of here.
Yeah, is it up top? Two B's
so.
and an A?
Two B's and an A, I think maybe was where this was.
No, that didn't get an A. It was
it was
2 B's and a C, I think.
Wow, Bang
Or-
Energy.
We should
Pop
get-
off.
We should
Yeah.
run up and grab a Sharpie or something.
We
and
got to
start
put them on the
marking
back.
Yeah.
The ratings on the
Ah,
on the
true.
back of the can.
Yeah,
That's smart. We'll do that. We'll do that after this episode.
yeah.
Um,
I was just waving to the whatever that stuff
Hey,
is.
yeah, you do you. You wave it to your imaginary friend?
no,
or-
to the T.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying
Later.
goodbye. Yeah,
But the best one's
honestly.
always going to be up there.
Yeah, dude, honestly.
I don't even know if they can see it.
Energy
they
Matrix
should be able to.
glitch.
I mean, that's like right above-
Spaceberry.
Yeah. That was so good.
That stuff's
Nice and
great,
salty and
Yeah, that's awesome.
dude.
Yeah.
Yummy.
I think now that now that we've had that, I think we're sterile. I think we can't have kids now.
Oh yeah.
Because of that.
Good
Yikes,
thing you
man.
had your second.
Yeah, we're
before
screwed.
that.
I think Energy Matrix glitch kills your swimmers.
Yeah.
Yikes, man.
Drowns them
Drowns
in the salt water.
That's it. It
seeps into
euthanizes you.
Yeah, it seeps into your DNA.
Dude, literally, that's their goal. It's like the spinal fluid from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
euthanization
Yeah,
plan.
Wildcat's gonna upload a video or something.
Is it Wildcat?
That's what
Did
the
we
guy
did
said.
we look
That-
that up?
That's what the guy said.
Can
to
you
us
look
at
it up
PAX,
real
bro.
quick? He said it was Wildcat's
"Yo, you
energy
know Wildcat from
drink
Dallas
glitch
Energy?
energy matrix.
He literally
Energy
said,
Matrix.
Energy matrix glitch.
"You're gonna have to look up glitch," because I looked up energy matrix and it was like sciencey stuff. It was
Energy
not.
matrix.
You're gonna have to look up the drink.
Energy matrix glitch.
Where were we? We were going outside to the food trucks. I don't think you weren't there.
I wasn't with
Yeah.
you guys.
I think it was me, Trey, Dora, maybe Farron.
Farron
We're
was
going
with you, I think.
outside
Yeah.
to the food trucks. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey guys, you want some of this glitch energy matrix? It's a competitor to G Fuel. Do you know Wildcat from the Vanos Gaming crew?" And we were like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, this is his own like branded energy drink supplement."
That 100% is his. Then I trust this guy fully.
That's
Yeah,
what the guy
It
said.
is wild. It is Wildcats.
That's so sick.
Yeah, and
Yo, Wildcat.
let me tell you, he should.
I'm
sorry,
not
man, that-
be
Wildcat, you might want to.
product. It's,
Yeah. Unless you want to sponsor us, then
you know, maybe a Gamer Subs cup.
Gamer subs
know?
would
Yeah.
be.
That's an option. I don't know about making your own. It's just not it.
that's
Dude,
not
I
it.
would
Not it.
kill someone.
To have
I
a
would
cup.
kill a co-host for a G Fuel for a Gamer Sub sponsorship. I would kill a co-host over 6 feet for a
Hey,
Gamer Sub.
I'll-
Wait. I actually identify as 5'10".
Damn
Oh, well.
it!
Yeah.
It's his
Bummer.
shoes.
I'm the
I
closest then. 5'11".
Oh,
well.
11.
Gain
You
a
mean
couple more
5'1"?
inches.
Yeah,
I think that's more closer.
yeah.
If you gain a couple inches, you could.
You know,
kill
you have
yourself
so
for a
much
Gamer
power
Subs
being
cup.
tall. By the way, you have so much power.
I have also
No,
have higher
Let's hear it.
likelihood
No,
of
no,
getting
let's-
cancer.
Where's
No.
he going with this?
You
Let's
have
hear it.
so much power because when you introduce, you literally have the ability to like socially destroy anybody, any guy around you. So you can be negative
Okay.
wingman to anybody ever.
Why?
You have the ability to, when you're talking to somebody and like, or your friend is talking to some girls or whatever, like you're there like hanging out with a group or whatever, you can just say that you're like 5'11". And then when the guy tells you, when like if people are like, "Oh my god, how tall are you?" You're like, "Oh, I'm 5'11". Then now the guy has to either say his real height and look like a liar, because he's not 5'10" if he's 4 inches shorter than you, or he has to lie about his height and either go way off the mark or say he's way shorter than he is. So he either has to say he's like 5'8", or say you're not 5'11", I'm 5'11", and then you're just like, that's sad, dude.
Yikes,
And then you can just you literally have the ability to just sabotage any guy's
so
attempts to get with.
What you really mean to say is Trey has the potential to do any of that if he had the
Yes.
if he didn't have the social anxiety aspect.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like,
Yeah. Like he could
I-
do it. If
when people ask
he
my
didn't-
height, I go into like automatic. It says 6'5" on my license.
on the license,
That I
says
go
it
into
on
that, and I
the
was like,
license.
yeah.
He pulls out the documentation so the conversation ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
Pulls out the proof before they can even.
I'm actually
ask
curious.
for
What
it.
is this? I don't even know what it says on my
Dude,
license.
I think my license says 5'6".
5'11". It says 5'11". Okay, good.
I think I'm like 5'9".
He's 5'9" and
We got
3/4.
stand up. I need to see
5'9"
the difference
and
between you
3/4.
two.
Are we in frame if we even stand?
Yes.
It says 5'5".
No way! Does it really?
I'm not.
Oh my god! It's
I am not 5'5", bro. Look, I am not. I mean, there's no comparison.
I'm 5'11". This is not 5'5".
That's not 5'5",
Uh,
dude. Hey, it says it on the license, guys. Oh well.
Oh no.
That's like Ludwig. It says like 6'1" or 6'2" on his license or whatever. He's like 5. I think he's 5'11"
Yeah.
as well. And it's his license says 5. It says
He's
6'1" or
5'11"?
6'2". Yeah.
It says, I thought he was way shorter.
No. He's actually a really tall guy. Actually,
Yeah.
he's actually really tall. No, he's super.
No, he's,
tall.
like, above
like,
average,
Really,
man.
really
It's-
tall. I think actually.
It's
Yeah.
too much.
But his license says he's like way too tall.
Yeah.
But I think his license says like 6. It's like a big meme in his community. Like people ask how tall he says. He says, "Oh, it says 6'2" on my license." He doesn't actually tell them his height. He says it says 6'2" on his license. So like, you're not 6'2", and he. Even though he didn't say he was 6'2", and then he pulls out his license or shows it to them, and they're like, says it, see? And they're like, oh my god, what? You're 6'2"? And it's so funny. But they never call him out for it, except for Milena did. Because Milena's is 6'2" or whatever, or 6 feet. And then they did the thing where like measured themselves on each other. And then he was like, he stood on his tippy toes. And then he did the classic Ludwig thing of like, we did it once, all right, that's it, and then never do it again, and he just refuses to do it again. And he's like, we did it once, and he on his tippy toes, he was the same height as her, so they're like, oh my god, you are. And then she stood on her tippy toes, and he's like, stop, that's intimidating. You stop, you can't do that. That's scary. Your microphone just cut out.
Is it picking up?
Yeah.
Okay. We can cut that out.
Yeah, we will. All right.
No, we won't. We're leaving that in.
So yeah, it was really funny though.
It's so boring. Dude, this podcast has already had way too many tech problems to leave it in. We need to start cutting them out, guys.
Yeah,
true.
Well, that's our thing. Is like we're tech problems
Yeah.
plus rambling and forgetting what topics we were on. Like right now.
Well, we had been talking about DUNE, and then
We were talking about height.
talked about.
Oh, I was talking about Milena. Yes, you stood on
Yeah.
her toes, and it was funny. Anyways,
Funny, huh?
yeah.
What have you been up to, Trey? What shows have you been watching?
You just asked us about one last night, and I was like, no, I haven't seen it, and I didn't hear.
Little
yes.
Reindeer.
Little Reindeer. Oh, you
Baby
did explain
Reindeer.
That's right. You did explain it to us. Yeah. Right.
It's
That's so cool, though.
It's
The-
insane.
The guy
It's
is the
like-
actor.
yeah.
That's so cool.
So he's going through it again, recording all of
But,
this.
like,
It's
A healthy version of going through it. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not
It-
actually.
it's-
hopefully it's like a therapeutic thing for him. I would hope.
Hopefully, Yeah.
it's bad. There's actually a video of like he's a comedian
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
and
cool.
he's
okay.
like, and there's a video of him like breaking down,
On set?
like no,
Or just like,
while all of this was happening,
oh.
he was on stage
Whoa.
performing, and like I don't know if she was there or not. But like, there's a video of him breaking down and going through his whole life story
Whoa.
because this guy he's
Just
been
like,
through a lot.
like rambling on stage type breakdown? Or like,
like TED Talk style.
yeah, like he was supposed to be like
they just didn't.
Use that,
It
like-
just wasn't a
I
comedy
think
routine.
yeah, I
was
think
just
it like
the guy
started
just
and like he just no one was laughing.
Yeah.
And he was just like and
Tough
he like sits
crowd,
down.
he
He's like and then he just goes through his whole like life story
Dude,
of
crazy.
like what happened.
So
to
he
him
just
when
trauma
was,
dumps on these people who
Yeah.
wanted to go to a comedy show.
Yes,
I would have just left. I'd have been like,
people
"Alright, bro, peace
people
out."
did.
Yeah,
like
for
it showed
sure.
it in the show of people just
Yeah.
leaving.
Then that can't make it help. Like, that does not help. That just makes
No,
it
he
worse,
knows.
You know?
He
You know, he
basically
knows.
like
yeah,
kidding me?
but like,
he basically was like, yeah, run away from the truth
oh,
as
he
they're
was-
like walking
yeah,
out
He was
because
Oh,
like
he's-
it's-
yeah.
spiraling, huh?
He's like, you know what? He's like a he's like a he's like a top laner who
Yeah.
gets ganked and still complains.
Oh.
Fire dragon.
And then
Fire dragon.
and then when they stop getting ganks,
So good.
then when they stop getting ganks, they're like, "You're not helping me."
Dude.
Yeah, this
Useless
just sounds like
helpers.
I've met people
Bro.
like that. Run away from the truth. That's a hilarious thing to say to
Let this
people
guy-
when you're trauma dumping on a stage
Yes.
at a comedy show. To like yell at people like run away from the truth. It's like that's your truth, bro. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to get
it's like-
drunk and listen and laugh. Like fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving. That's so funny.
No, that's
Wait.
for
I
sure.
I feel bad for the
fire.
guy, but also cringe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, for
and like
sure.
I,
That's crazy.
I get
For
it,
sure.
but
Like not the time or place
That's
to.
wild.
because
to
I guess
trauma
Yeah.
like the
but-
police weren't doing anything
Oh, for sure they don't do
because
shit
he
ever.
waited so long because he just
When it comes to stalkers and stuff, they don't do shit ever.
Yeah.
I literally know a person. I won't say their name. Because I don't even know if they've talked to like people. So I'm just not
Yeah.
even gonna talk
Yep.
about it because
Don't even, like,
maybe
yeah.
we know you guys know that. I'm not sure. They literally had. I think I told you about this the other day. I'm not sure, or a while ago, a couple weeks ago. They
okay.
literally had their like crazy stepfather go into their house who had a key, like a spare of their key, and he would go into their house when they were gone. It was the mom and
Oh my.
and the girl. And then they had she had a younger sister,
Mm-hmm.
and the stepfather was like in their house because shit was moved around after they left the
Yeah,
house.
that's-
Because like they would
I
all
do
leave
remember you
together.
saying
Because
this,
they would
but I
leave
don't
together.
remember
Like
who
the
it
mom would
was.
like drop them off at school and stuff or whatever, and then they would get home. The mom would then like get home after the daughter got home from like the bus or whatever, and shit would
Yeah.
be moved around. Laundry would get pulled out, like underwear was pulled out of drawers and stuff, whatever. And they were like, "Yeah, we think that like my crazy stepdad has a key to the house," and they're like,
That's-
yeah, we'll do what we can." Nothing happened.
I mean, you can't. What
and
are
it's
they
like
gonna do?
that's the thing too. Is right. I
don't have
I understand that, but like
They have no grounds
Yeah.
for a search
Yeah.
warrant.
that,
or
yeah,
a restraining
exactly.
order.
And then but then they got like footage,
there you go.
yeah.
and then
And
they
then they didn't
still
do anything.
didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like they just don't with stalkers. They just don't do anything.
In the show, I'm going back to the show.
Yeah.
There was a scene where like he gets like thousands, and I think he got like I want to say either 50,000 or 500,000 emails from this person.
50. There's no way it's
it-
500,000.
It was
has
like
to be.
it was
Think
a
about
lot.
bro.
Like
you're
it was
spamming.
just,
You're spamming. Think about it, you're spamming 30 chapters of One Piece. How many emails could you send out in that time of like short
Yeah, it's-
2-sentence emails, right?
yeah. It's only like and like all of the like
Okay.
spelling was
Maybe
all
that's
like
what they
off.
do in
Let's
the-
calculate
in
this,
there.
guys.
Yeah.
How many minutes
Actually,
for
we
the
could probably
email?
just-
A minute? 500,000 minutes?
A minute for
It's
an
basically
email, bro.
like-
If it's like 2 sentences,
It's like a
I could
text.
pump an email out in like 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so,
well, just think of just like a normal text that you'd be like sending to your friends. That's basically what it was
2
most of the
a
time.
minute. So
And like
250,000 minutes divided by 60.
250,000
So 250,000 divided by 60. That's how many hours?
4,000 hours.
Yes,
It's possible.
50,000.
There's
It's
no way.
50,000.
It's
But, like,
4,000 hours.
Well, I
so
mean,
she sent all of these.
how long did this happen over?
Like
Like a few months or a year?
I think it was 6 months
Oh,
before he
definitely
went
not.
to yeah.
Guys.
Well, think about it. 4K hours. How do people? Are there
There's-
people who? I mean, he's probably has 4K hours in league in 6 months.
over no. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Alex,
Good one.
Yikes.
True.
It's 50,000.
Yeah.
Still
Okay.
ridiculous.
It's still a
number
lot,
of emails.
But
Insane.
like basically
from
they
one
sent
person.
all of this,
Yeah.
which all of them were like very like
I mean-
either sexual or like some of them
yeah.
were just
Oh,
threats.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And I think well in the show one of his like colleagues sends her a message on his account because he's like this is going on, please like ban her from this. And they sent her a text basically saying like something sexual, and the police saw that and was just like, yeah, it's going both ways, let's just drop the whole case.
Oh.
This is a like
Crazy.
they like knew that she was a serial stalker, and they're like,
That's
yeah,
so
let's just
weird.
drop the case
Wait, so what
because
they
happened?
knew who.
Like,
she
what's
was.
the end of the story? Have you finished it? yet?
I finished it. It's only like 8 episodes.
Oh, cool. Okay, so
but like
documentary
she gets
style.
arrested.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But I think she might be out of jail now
yeah.
because like it's in the UK, and like
Dude,
their prison sentences
Speaking
are
of
like
true
really-
crime stuff,
What just
did you guys see Gypsy Rose is like
Yeah.
getting married again for like the 3rd time?
No.
Isn't she the one?
Or sorry, getting her second divorce. She was the one that convinced her boyfriend to kill her mom because she
In
was
the
getting like
wheelchair.
drugged by her mom. Yeah, because she was getting drugged
She's
by
the
her mom
Disney
to keep her
girl.
weak.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it didn't they have a show?
they had a whole show about it on Netflix.
Oh,
yeah,
I think my mom watched that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really, really good.
I haven't watched
but
it.
Dude,
as in an interesting story, not the
Yeah.
story being
yes,
awesome.
and they tell
that story sucks. It's just bad all around.
it's very well done. It tells the
Yeah.
story
Yeah.
and it tells like the story while staying accurate and not like
And
making
not-
shit up for a Netflix story.
And not like putting her or her mom on a.
Wait, is she
pedestal.
free?
Yes, exactly. She
Or is she, like,
she
still-
She
got out of
is.
jail
Yeah,
months ago.
she's been out for a little bit, and then she just got
Oh,
divorced
my.
from her new husband. Because the first guy that she was married to or whatever
I mean,
they got married.
okay,
he
but-
went in prison or something like that.
Yeah.
And then so he's still in jail like for
Are
life.
we
I think.
surprised?
And then she got
Yes.
married to a new person, and then got divorced from that guy.
Are we
now.
really surprised though?
Uh,
I mean, look at her
It's
childhood. Are we surprised that she has
Yeah.
a traumatic life
Yeah.
and that she
Wild.
can't
Oh,
commit?
my.
Isn't that crazy though?
I mean, yeah, let's.
I didn't even know she was still around. I thought she was
Yeah.
dead. I don't know why. But I was just like, dead.
I feel
Hey.
like she's never gonna have a normal relationship.
She'll never have a normal life.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's just like some people with
Imagine,
like the way they're
imagine your mom
grown
like
up,
saying,
dude.
"You got cancer, girl," and she just is cutting
Yeah.
your
like
hair
your whole
and then
childhood's a
feeding
lie,
you
bro.
medicine to keep you weak so that you're in a wheelchair, even though
Yeah,
you fully
that's-
have the physical capability of not doing it if you just didn't take the medications that made you weak.
is there
Yeah,
like
it's
a
whack.
reason why the mother was doing this?
Money.
Dance mom, but like instead of idolizing the dance girl, it's the girl with cancer.
She basically paraded her daughter
Yeah.
around and then got free shit for like being her daughter being terminally ill, and then like got donations from people of like food.
Sounds
and,
like a good idea. I
and
don't
money and whatever.
I think-
all this stuff and like help.
Sounds
and,
You
like
think
a
you should start
scam
doing
of a
that?
century.
Get some money.
Hey, start them young; they'll never
Crazy.
know. Gosh.
Well, Lily does have a little skin tag above her lip,
Oh no.
which is like a cyst. So it'd be like, cancer.
He's been ready
Maybe
for
free
this.
shit.
There it
Man.
is.
Yeah, I feel bad for her though. She keeps picking at it, and she's like,
Yeah.
I want her to like rip it off because like it's just gonna hurt, and then it's just gonna grow back. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God rest to get it removed, but I feel bad because I hate
Yeah.
skin. I remember I had a skin tag
It's-
on like my shoulder or armpit or something or whatever, and I just like constantly ripped it off,
Yeah.
and it hurt.
It's oh.
Like
Yeah.
they used to do in the old times, so they tie like string around it, and you just like let it rot and fall away because like it loses blood
Nice.
flow. I
Yeah.
did that one time.
You did that?
Yeah, like
Bro,
little
this
like
guy's
just,
been
like,
a fantasy
work?
nerd for years.
Did it like do something? Or did it do something?
yeah, it just got old and fell off.
Did
It's
like it
gross.
actually
Wild,
worked?
bro.
Yes.
I
Oh.
mean, it worked in the olden days.
Yeah.
So it's
It
not
grew
like
back
now.
later, but now I don't
Oh,
have them
yikes.
anymore because it's like you get them in puberty sometimes.
I
Like,
mean,
some
the
people just
biggest
get them a
thing
lot in
is
puberty.
like, you
And
just
it was
keep it,
I was like ninth grade.
you
or
just keep
10th
it
grade, something.
clean and you're
Jeez,
chilling.
like-
You know what I mean?
Or freshman.
What, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Good one. It's a classic.
Yeah.
You're old, is what he said.
Yeah, you're extremely
you
old,
didn't catch
man.
on.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
you're old.
I got on. Dude.
Oh, you're old too.
Yeah, by a couple months.
Still
When's your
old.
birthday?
July 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out
What a
July 3rd
goated
babies.
holiday. Or
Yeah.
July 4th.
My birthday is a
what
holiday.
goated birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
sick.
usually I'll like go somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
Wait,
we'll do.
Hey, you're older than this country.
Yo!
Oh my God, he
let's
is even
go!
a day older than this country,
Way.
bro. Let's go. Well,
I'm
your
not
dad,
old as you.
Well, you're not a true
you're-
American, then.
I mean, your
Not
dad
true.
was there on the 7th day.
Yeah.
True.
He was there. He was like,
just
"Yo,
bored.
God, I agree. I think it is good."
The 7th day.
Yeah, he was there. He was there on the 7th day.
The fact
It
that
was
your
like
guys' bosses and all, that's the
that's the
best part.
funniest thing ever. Yeah. So you were saying to me earlier, you were like, "Yeah, so our boss, we'll call her Jay."
We talked about that last
Yeah.
podcast, no?
I don't think.
No.
I think we talked
I have no
about
idea.
it or
No.
mentioned it.
That was
I,
like
I told you
weeks
about
ago.
this, which was really funny.
yeah,
But yeah,
dude, weeks ago.
the big
Yeah.
joke is that Bill's super old, and then our boss, like, what is it that she said? There was a thing. She was like, "Yeah, your dad's friends with God,"
Yeah,
Yes.
he's that
Because
old.
we were like talking, and then like
and not
She's
like
like,
he's a
bro.
religious man, kind
No,
of like
he's-
friends with God.
He's just
like
that old.
he's homies,
Yeah.
homies with
He
the
was there
guy.
in the beginning.
Because he's like, "Yo, you should make something here," and then like made the earth. No, I think no, but yeah, Bill was there on the 7th day. It doesn't talk about that in the
Bill's always been a
Bible.
little crafter, though.
Well, because
I
he
would
was.
put it past him to be like,
Well, it's
hey,
because my dad
you
was
should make
writing the Bible.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like, you know what? I don't
Wait,
really
really?
feel like being in this
Your
chapter.
dad writing?
Is that why it's so hard to read?
Your dad
Well,
writing?
yeah, he
the-
kind of gave up after
was gonna
writing the
say.
whole thing. He was like, yeah.
That's why they
I
had to
think
make Adam.
Yeah.
Because he's like, can you please make someone that looks like me, but like skinnier and like hotter, and then also let them be able to write and read? And they're like, I got you. What about Adam?
Ugh,
Sure, sounds good.
what a guy.
That's pretty cool. Like I said, he was there to try to break up the fight between Cain and Abel.
Mm.
Yeah, I said that at work the
Yeah.
other day. I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, Cain, chill.
Chill, man.
He didn't listen though. He didn't listen. Yeah. Bill was like, there's too much drama, and just like ran away. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here.
He's
But-
skedaddled.
Yeah. He was hiding the body for Cain.
Yeah.
Um.
From League?
Yeah.
Kane from League.
Yeah. Cain from
Yeah.
League.
Gosh, we're addicted. I was thinking the same thing.
That was funny. What was I gonna say? There was something. There was
Something
something
was gonna be
cool,
said.
but yeah, no, that was. I thought that was funny. I got pulled over today. Crazy,
Yeah.
annoying.
Rip those off.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I'm scared of driving my car since it's like 2 years. Like,
You got a new one though.
yeah,
You're
but
scared
it
of the
hasn't.
new one?
It's still old.
Yeah, it's still old.
How many miles is that?
160,000,
Mm.
I think.
What year?
2011
Oh
or
my
10.
god!
Yeah.
That's pretty old.
For that many miles for that old of a car, I mean, my 2002 Buick Century had like 110,000, 120,000.
Mm.
Yeah.
2002.
Oh, at least I think.
2011. That thing was
You got
drove
a
a
great car.
lot. Yeah, I got a church car. It literally was
Yeah.
probably driven to the grocery store and church, and that's it. And then
Yeah.
Lindsay used it for
Yeah.
Actually,
in school.
Like a year or
could be
two.
less miles. I have no. I don't know.
Funny. I loved
Yeah. Big
I
funny
loved
how-
that Buick though, man. I missed that thing.
That thing was
I wish
so
I had
comfy.
it. I know, it was
It
so
literally was
cozy.
like sitting on this.
It was so
It
nice.
was
It had
like
bench seats in the
cushion
front.
seat, yeah.
Like it was like a full
Oh.
bench seat in the front that folds down, like the
Yeah.
console like
Like
went
the,
down.
like, Chuck
So I could fit
seats.
6 people. I could fit
Yeah.
6 people in there, which is sick.
Dude,
Oh
those
my.
are some of my favorite
So cool,
memories
man.
with the minivan in like high school.
Yeah.
Picking everyone up in the minivan and going to
Like
like
all
the
your
mall or
buddies, yeah.
something. Rolling out all squatted.
I
So long
yeah,
ago,
I
man.
definitely get those vibes. Like that's why I was so excited driving the van down last year for Pat, or not the most recent
just-
trip.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
time that we all went together
It's just
was
fun
really fun driving down.
piling in a
Like
car.
yeah, it's a good time. That's why like if we go to
When?
Ballahack, it'd
Well,
be kind of fun to like
can
road
we-
trip down to
okay,
Ballahack. It'd be fun
guys.
Yeah.
because like I would want to take. I think it'd be cool to like bring Dora and Lily or whatever. It's like you guys can come and like stay on
competition?
the
Onto the
thing.
field.
No.
Yeah.
Baby coming through.
We go off and
Hold
do.
on,
They
fire.
won't
It's
hit
like
us. They
inviting
won't hit
other
us if we
people,
have
like-
a kid with us.
Yeah,
True.
but like inviting other people to like go with us to Virginia.
Yeah, and
And
then
then
Yeah.
go to the field,
Yeah.
meet up with Farron, and maybe even Farron coming to the field because they have rentals at Ballahack
Yeah.
for gear.
That would be
so like you
cool.
can rent guns.
That would be
also, I
really
follow
cool.
Ballahack on YouTube. By the way, they do shorts,
Yeah.
and they're probably you've probably maybe seen the shorts. I don't know
Might
if
have,
you really are
maybe.
on like YouTube, airsoft YouTube, but
I'm
like
not.
there's like the things where it's like, hey, here's a challenge. Like it's like, hey, do you want to win a free airsoft gun? Here's 2 grenades, like 2 airsoft grenades.
Yeah, you
airsoft
pull one.
grenades.
Yeah.
YouTube.
You pull
And you have
one
to
if it
pull
goes
the pin
off,
from
yeah.
one, drop it at your feet. That was Swamp Sniper. That does
Oh.
that.
Oh yeah,
So
I've
we've
seen
seen
those.
his
Wait, when he
things
does the
way,
trade
like-
ups.
Wow.
Yeah, and the trade ups is Swamp Sniper a lot of the time.
What?
But he just is
Yeah.
on Ballahack's YouTube channel. They're the ones uploading it, not
Yeah.
his
Seen
channel.
that. I've
Well, I
seen
think
those
he.
Isn't that
videos.
crazy?
I think he's the one who runs it.
Yeah,
I think
he's an owner of the field. Yeah, but isn't that cool? And then
Yeah.
also like what I want to do though is before if hypothetically we decide to go to the one in December, which is like the Last of Us style
Yeah.
Yeah.
zombie survival thing,
That is
fungus,
cool.
whatever.
Was it?
I would like
I
to
thought that
go.
was the Fallout one.
No, it's the. I think it's the
We would get
the Last of Us
demolished.
style one.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure we would. But the thing is you
But
just,
it'd be
you just
fun.
get rezzed, dude.
Yeah.
You just get rezzed.
Yeah. And like the videos, not a whole lot of people get shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
because
There's not a lot of shooting in the
If
in
you
the
shoot-
events.
if
There's
you
not a
shoot,
lot
you're
of the
getting
events. But if you
shot.
look
Yeah.
for fighting, you can find it.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
you-
yeah.
But most of the people that are there for the RP events
can
are
you
just RP.
imagine being like
So cool, man.
stealthy and just trying to kill as many people
That's
as
what
you
I'm
can?
saying.
Dude, that would
Like,
be
get
sick.
like the
but we gotta
quiet
go. Like, we
pistols.
gotta make like a character before we go,
Get
right?
the
Dude, we could be
quiet-
like
like, you know what I
Mustang
was
and just
thinking?
stay on like the edge of the
here-
field and just
so here's what I was
snipe.
thinking.
Yeah.
I would like,
And they get mad
what
at
I
the
would
leaf.
really like to do is I would like to go to the Fallout one because I like the Fallout
Fallout.
vibe more.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what is something that people use a lot? What's a big big when you think Fallout, what is one of the first things you think about when it comes to world building for Fallout?
Beef jerky.
When it comes to world building for Fallout, I don't know how much you guys are like into Fallout and stuff.
Armor,
I don't know.
and then the Pip-Boy.
Yeah, what else?
Suit.
There's like something in the world that has to do like not vaults or anything.
Bro, I don't know about Fallout.
I don't know, man.
Nuka-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What if we go dressed up in Moxie stuff? Like and I call myself Moxie Man. And we bring like 4 cases of Moxie or like a ton of Moxie. We just bring it and like give it out to people.
That'd be sick.
Whoever wants to try it, and like going and being in full orange. Like
yeah,
and using
dude, like
and,
not even
Moxie,
trying
like
to
and
play
taking
for,
Moxie
like,
cans
strategy.
and taking Moxie cans and like building shoulder pads out of like the aluminum from the cans and stuff.
Sick.
Making like fake armor or whatever, wrapping my gun in like Moxie cans or whatever, like wearing
sick.
my Moxie shirt, orange hat, full on like Moxie Man. I was like, dude, that'd be so
and now
fun.
that we have 2 3D printers,
and then getting a cloak that I can throw over it for when I want to be stealthier.
now that
like,
you have a 3D printer
be
and I have a
sick?
3D printer,
Yeah.
we can like actually.
That's
like,
what I was thinking
pump
too. Is
stuff
like
out.
like making cool like things we can snap onto our guns, whatever, like decorations
Yeah.
we can do for like we can actually.
Dude,
do that
airsoft
for
is one of those
airsoft
things
guns.
where I would love to be given like $1,000 to
Just for-
spend it all on airsoft and go and play like
that
even
would be
one
sick.
time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to like.
It's a lot of money.
It's
Well,
such a-
again,
it's such
rentals.
a-
They have the
that's
rentals
the
at the
thing,
place,
the
which is really
rentals.
nice for.
It's such a-
value.
But then you can't have the cool
expensive
custom
hobby.
guns.
You just bring a sidearm, get a super dope sidearm, or like an SMG or something, and then rent a rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
thinking of getting
dude,
just like a super beefed up, crazy like airsoft.
See, what we need to
pistol
do-
Dude, like
with,
that pistol in the mystery box. That
with
thing
like a
that,
full auto mode and
What
like
we
a
need to
reticle
do
and
is-
like a extended clip and just like crazy sidearm and then just having like a crappy.
we need to
AR.
find
Would be
a
fun.
way or like a place local that we could go and do like stuff.
Ryan goes to a place a lot.
You know?
coworker
yeah.
goes
Like,
to he goes to a field that's
make
close
it
by.
like a little bit more of like the money investment worth it.
Yeah,
rather
for
than
sure.
Just going to like.
Oh yeah, we
events.
wouldn't just go to like this.
I mean, think about
but-
it. Even if we did, I know it would be worth it.
Yeah,
We would have so much fun.
Yeah.
Going-
Going for
thinking?
like an RP event where it's like
Oh.
you're there from like in the morning. Think about like not rolling, not like having the weird moments in D&D where you're like pulled out of the character because you have to roll a die.
Yeah.
Fully acting.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Yeah.
like
yeah, yeah,
hours,
yeah,
from
yeah,
like
yeah,
8 in the
yeah.
morning to like 5 p.m. or 6
That'd
p.m.
be so fun.
Be so fun.
Be such an itch.
I know. So
Yeah.
like no matter what, even if we have crappy gear, have to rent stuff or only have a sidearm, we'll have fun. No matter
We'd have
what,
to
we'll
like
have fun.
deep dive into the lore to see how people talk
Yeah,
about others.
Exactly.
Like instead of like I don't know if
I
they
was
just
also
call it
thinking if
money
we
or
did
they
go-
just say bottle caps.
Yeah,
like,
right. Like
Yeah.
caps or something. If we did do the Fallout one or like the Last of Us one or whatever, I thought it would also be kind of fun to go like a psycho from Borderlands or something.
Yeah.
And just going with like having the mask, like printing, because I was thinking about printing the
bro.
mask and stuff. I'm printing right now, or I was thinking about printing Flack, who's one of the characters from Borderlands 3, who's like the one that I play the most. I was thinking about printing his like mask because he's a robot, so he doesn't have a. It's not a. It's a mask for me, but it's his face. I was thinking about printing his
Right.
face, but it was going to take like 14 hours.
What?
Because of the amount of support that it needs, because it's a curved mask, so it needs
Yeah.
support on the inside, and so it took up almost the whole build plate as well, and so it was like the entire build plate
Yeah.
plus that amount of support that it had and the amount of material that was being used for it. It's like 14 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, I might cave and print it at some point, but
yeah.
I don't want to until like we decide what our cosplays and stuff are, because I was like, I don't know, hypothetically,
Dude,
Yeah.
like,
What?
I don't know.
I
We could talk about that now. I'm down to just
really
spitball ideas right now.
like
Yeah.
Trafalgar Law. I'm gonna say it.
you think
Okay.
you're
He's
gonna
just
do
a
One Piece
cool
cosplay?
guy. I like squatting
thinking
up though.
I'm thinking I might do Demon Slayer.
I like
Yeah.
being
Thinking I
squatted
might.
up. I think it's fun. But
we have swords.
Yeah,
Already.
right, because
so-
you got your Rengoku one now.
Yeah.
I got
okay, real quick before we go into cosplay, going back to PAX, dude.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the absolute fiasco that was getting to the train station? I don't think we did. Cause
Getting to the train station,
leaving PAX.
Yeah.
PAX.
The Uber ride, bro. Because okay, so
Oh
we
no,
start packing
we
up.
didn't talk about that.
We start packing up.
We
to go
talked
to
about the
PAX.
train.
and we're kind
I
of
was
you know
delayed by 5 hours.
we're young adults, right?
Well,
We're young adults. We procrastinate.
most of us.
We're not responsible.
No, but we were. But
We're not. You cannot even start to pretend that we were, bro. We were starting to pack up. I don't know why did it take us so long. Were we just like triple checking
know.
everything to make sure?
Yeah.
We just were checking everything because we were like,
Well,
once we
because I
leave,
think
we cannot get
we're
back
waiting
in.
until last minute to leave just so we knew we had everything.
Yeah, because
And-
we waited
there-
too long.
If there was a time
so
where
we
we were
needed
just
to
like
book-
all like chilling in the living room watching something.
I was thinking about
yeah,
it.
we
Like-
were actually. We were sitting around doing absolutely
I
nothing.
was
before
thinking
we
about
left.
it, and it was like, if we had booked the Uber,
Mm-hmm.
like when we were talking about it, we would have. But I
Yeah.
did the classic thing of like in an emergency when you're like, somebody call 911. Instead
Nobody
of saying
calls.
you
Yeah.
call 911, I did that issue with the Uber
Yep.
where I said, yeah, somebody should call the Uber.
Nobody
And
did.
instead of being like, Jake, call the Uber now, or Farron, call the Uber
Yeah.
now, or I'm gonna call
Well,
now.
Farron was
Even though
gonna
I
call.
was in the middle of doing something and like
Rest in
doing
peace.
whatever, I was like, somebody call the Uber.
Rest in
Nobody
peace.
did it. Then I ended up calling the Uber after, and that was what made us late.
Yeah.
If we had called the Uber when I was like, we should do it because everybody was packed
Good
up fully.
thing we were late.
So well,
because-
here's the thing.
Then we had to bring the stuff and figure out where the trash was
so
going.
we're all like.
And then the guy looped around for some reason.
yeah, so we're like, okay, someone call an Uber, and then we all sit down and start watching like whatever, probably
Yeah,
more
ooh.
Gordo Ramsay. or whatever.
Probably.
I know it's Gordon Ramsay, but I like calling people by
Mr. Gordo.
Yeah.
Well, you
weird
just
names.
shorten everything.
I make silly words for everything.
You just shorten. You just take like the last syllable off
I
and put
just-
an O or an E.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, true. Anyways, Mr. Gordo is up on the TV, and we're probably watching one of his kitchen nightmares or Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Actually, is what we were watching. Anyways,
Yeah.
Hell's kitschy.
we look at the time and we're like, we gotta go. Like, it's gonna be like what? Was it like a 15-minute?
Yeah.
Or like 15-minute Uber ride, and it would be like we had 10 minutes at the train station. We're like, we gotta go.
10 minutes before the time that's on the ticket, and the train doesn't really leave until about 20 minutes
Yeah.
after
So
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were.
So we had
Well,
30. We would have had 30
5
minutes.
hours.
so
after that, but-
we scheduled the
That
Uber.
happened, but
We scheduled the Uber, and it's like, oh shoot, it's like right as the train
yeah.
is gonna depart. So we're like kind of going down. Or no, we'd have like the 10-minute buffer.
Yeah,
And we're
it
walking
was nice.
down. We have to figure out where we're putting the trash and everything. And then you get a little notification that the Uber driver like missed
Canceled.
the turn. Oh, he canceled.
Yeah.
That's right. And we're
Yeah.
like, shoot. Now I have to get another Uber.
And it was gonna be 10. It was gonna
Good
be like
thing
it was
we
like
have that
5
buffer.
minutes or 10 minutes after.
Yeah,
because he
it's
was
like-
dropping somebody else off.
Yeah, so we get the new Uber. He's dropping someone else off. He's coming, misses the turn and has to loop around.
Yeah,
It's another
like,
2
oh,
minutes
It was
on
so
top.
cursed. I forgot how cursed it was.
It's
I
another
I
2
pushed it
minutes.
back into the back of my brain.
Yeah,
I wanted
it
to
was-
forget.
So,
Like-
dude, the Uber comes. It's like
was
we're
so
all like,
stressed.
get in the Uber.
Get in.
I was
Get
stressing
there.
out, bro.
Ethan, me, Dora, I think, packed into the back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
No, I think it was Farron was in the back.
No.
Because Dora was next.
Farron
to you.
wasn't there.
Dora was. Oh no,
Farron
it
was
was,
with
us.
Jake.
You were up front. I think.
I wasn't
No,
up
Ethan
front.
was right
I was in the
beside
middle.
me.
I was in the middle.
Ethan was right beside
in the
me
back
in the back
because
seat.
you were in the front and Dora.
I
was
wasn't in the front.
Or it's Jake and Dora
middle.
because
in
I
the
was.
middle. Someone
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Someone was in
Jake
the
Yeah.
was in the very front. You
Yeah.
and I were in
Jake,
the back.
yeah.
Dora and Trey were in the middle because I
Yeah, yeah.
saw both of them and I kept tapping his shoulder and being
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So
Because I was just like staring at his like GPS,
We
and I see
start-
the time keep
we
going
start
up.
going.
Like,
we start driving through like south end of Boston, going towards the center of Boston. Mind you, it was like,
was like
what, 5 o'clock?
This was 5. It was
Yeah.
literally prime time.
We
Like the
didn't-
rat
we
race
didn't
is
We,
just
schedule.
started.
we forgot
We're not
that.
city boys. We're like, we learned
Southie.
very
So-
quickly. It was rush hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Southie, so it's like super rural area. Like Southie is like
Yeah,
very rural
so it
area.
wasn't that-
So people are leaving or going in.
I
Coming
mean, it
in.
wasn't
Yeah, it was-
super busy in Southie, but once we start getting into Boston,
so bad, man.
then we start to realize there's traffic. And we're looking at the Uber time, and
Because
it's
North
like
End's just
the
horrible.
10-minute buffer that we had is slowly
Yeah,
disappearing.
closing.
Then it's gone.
Yep. Then
Yeah.
we're arriving right as the train's coming.
Then a few
Then-
minutes after.
Then as
it
we
keeps-
go through the tunnels and stuff,
my god!
the
And then it bumps
traffic's
back up.
just so
Then
bad.
Up, down.
Because
We're
we
on
like
time,
we would start
nowhere. We're on
moving
time,
and then we'd
nowhere.
stop for
Dude, and
like
then
a
it's
couple
even
minutes and
worse.
we'd start going.
Because we see in the distance the train station. We can see it,
Yeah.
but the traffic's there, and there's like 3 lights in between us. So we're like, someone's got to run.
I was
just
like,
go.
I was like tempted to be like, "Can you drop us here?" I was literally tempted to be
I
like,
was
"Yo,
getting
can you
ready.
drop us
I
here?"
was like telling everyone, like, get ready. We're getting our
Yeah.
stuff, and we are running.
I
Like,
was legit ready to be like, "Yo, we're gonna pull our stuff out in the middle of traffic, get our
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
and walk over and just jaywalk across the street." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Wait, I have a pregnant wife in the car."
That's
Can't
the
really
worst
do
part,
that.
too.
Like, it
We
was.
have a pregnant woman with us, so we can't just like
The,
we
I-
can't just sprint and hope
Speaking
people
of
catch
pregnant
up.
women.
Crazy, man.
But
No,
so what happens is we end up pulling up like on the same side of the street
Yeah.
of the train station, not right in front of it, but like 20 feet maybe from being
Yeah.
right in front of the train station. You get out and just run.
Well,
Right?
no,
Yeah.
Jake-
Ethan was
we
like
were
telling. He was
Jake,
like,
too.
someone needs to run, and we just all like look
We're
at
getting
him.
our bag. We were all
And
getting
then-
our bags and stuff.
Well, I was like, yeah, somebody needs to go, and you're like, go, go, go. You just
Yeah.
yelled, you told me to
I
go.
was
So I
like,
went to
just
the back
go,
to grab
go,
my thing,
go.
and I was like,
Yeah,
all
it was-
right, bet.
I was picking everything up. I had like 3 bags.
Dude,
I was
so
had
I
the bag on me.
I
and I was
just,
carrying
I had
four
my
bags.
backpack that I used to carry all the electronics and stuff
Yep.
in. And I just strap it on tight and then
Yeah,
book it.
I
was
just see
all right,
like
I'm gone.
sprinting,
Right through the train station sprinting.
and we're
Trying
just
to
like
get to the
we're just
train.
walking.
Which what would
Like we have all of
guys?
the stuff, and we're just walking.
Can we think about it for a second? Do you really think they would have delayed the train for us?
They would have because I
don't
would have
know.
been standing in the door.
Yeah.
I'm not. I didn't.
Valid.
I didn't give a
I mean-
fuck. At that point, I literally would have been standing half on the train, half in the train, and I would have been like, "My friends are coming right now through the gate.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. You
We
can
paid
fucking
extra
run
for
me over with the
tickets, so-
train." I paid for these. If they would have been like, "No, sir, we can't have you go,"
So-
or whatever, I'd have been like, "Nah,
What
I ain't
makes
letting
the
this."
story
Nah, dude,
even better
bro.
though? I'm carrying a bag in each hand, the backpack on me. You just sprint into the train station. You're gone. We don't know the train station well enough. We've been here 2 times. We know where to go. We don't know what gate we're loading into, anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know. We didn't have the tickets. I realized.
Yeah, we
Ethan's the
didn't
one
have
with the
the
tickets, and you sprinted all the way through. So I'm like, hopefully we can get in. Because we
Hopefully.
don't have the tickets.
Yeah.
We get inside. The gates are open because it's rush hour, so they don't really care.
The gates are open because the gates are only closed during games.
Right,
The
yeah.
Celtics games or
Which we
whatever.
know
Which
now.
I didn't know and I figured out after.
Yeah.
But I was under the impression I was gonna have to sprint forward and basically get in, make sure the train had left, and then give you guys like the phone
yeah.
basically to scan yourselves in. So I'm just, and it's like after I take off, I'm just like literally full sprinting, and there was like 3 guys that were like, they were like yelling, they were like, "Oh, go, dude, go!" They were like yelling, like,
Yeah.
they're like, pick it up. It was really
Yeah.
funny. And I was like, what the hell? And then I was like sprinting, and then I see the gates open, and I was like, God damn it. Okay, there's one less thing I have to worry about.
Yeah.
And then I sprint into the thing. I get through the thing, whatever. Like, I'm rushing through, opening the doors, running through. Like, there's a bunch of people going left and right. I'm just like
Yes.
dodging through a bunch of them. Like, almost totally took out this chick who
yeah.
was like walking, looking at her phone like this. And I almost
Classic.
took her out with my bag because I had to like turn sideways basically to like get past some people. Like
Can you imagine?
almost straight
You
up
just
like
Smack
took her
her
out.
phone out of her hands in the bag and just breaks.
And then I go in and then I see the train's delayed.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my.
Meanwhile, we don't know this. We're still running through the train.
No, we're
station.
not. We're walking.
We were
We were walking
Me
when I turned
fully
around and
walking.
Me and Dora were just walking.
guys were
We
walking
were
when
just
I
like,
came
we were
back.
like, no, like I think she was
well,
saying that like
yeah.
Ethan will make sure we're on, and we're just we're
Dude,
just gonna
I
walk.
was ready to run, but I do think because we have a pregnant woman with us, I was like, okay, we should probably just
So funny.
like, you're as fast as your slowest member.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ditch anyone, you know. But dude, yeah. So we get to the train station. It's delayed by like 30 minutes.
Well, yeah,
Well,
we
it-
didn't
No, I think
know
it
when.
just didn't say
didn't
when it was
say.
Oh,
coming.
that's right. It didn't say. It's
And
just
then
says
we're like,
delayed.
we need food.
But we didn't want to go
Because we didn't know when the train was
gonna
gonna
be.
go.
Then Jake did. He's like, I'm gonna go get pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we stay
He
there.
just
and
takes
we're
the
like, okay.
gamble. He's like, tell me if the train's coming. Well, at first he's like, I want to go get
The bakery
the
thing.
baker. Or the, I want
Which
to go
I,
to.
what's it called?
you guys ended up going.
Yeah, well, yeah, because then they over the intercom they were like, yo.
Yeah, dude, it was like delayed.
Mike's pastries.
Ends up being delayed by like 3 hours or
Yeah.
something because of the
I
storm
think-
that was in Maine. They had
Yeah,
to,
I think it was
clear
like almost 8 when we got on the train.
Yeah, which dude,
Which is when we
all
should have
that-
been getting home.
All that
Yeah.
stress is just like completely useless. Even in this train station, we're like, no, we can't get food. It might be here any second.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be there for another 2 hours. We could have gone and got.
They just,
stuff.
but yeah, they just weren't telling us when it was going to show up, so we didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, let's go get
But,
pizza. So we got
hey.
pizza for you guys. And it's
But
just like,
hey,
Yeah.
we ended up getting business class on the Oh wait, you did that.
Yeah, we already.
I
Yeah,
thought you
that
guys
was
would.
always-
I thought you guys would have liked that
surprised
as a
us.
fun surprise. So I
was
I
nice.
booked
It
the
was nice.
tickets. Told you guys the price for business class included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, hopefully they don't realize that this is a little bit more
didn't
than
notice.
it's
I
very.
was like-
it's like $6 more per person or something.
I was like,
It's
this is insane,
barely
man.
nothing.
I don't have this money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it was like
"Ah."
barely anything more, and then I was like,
It was worth.
let's get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Do you know if everyone on that train got the?
Everybody on the train
Yeah.
got the
Okay.
got the
Everyone
ticket.
got
because
it, but
we
we
ended up
didn't get
getting-
the business class tickets. We just got regular tickets.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the guy
I
was
don't know how
talking
we're
like
gonna
it was-
do. Because I was telling Seth, I was like, because we're gonna have to be there early. Because
Yeah,
there's
we're
a chance that
getting
there
there
aren't
early.
enough seats for us on the train.
Oh
Because
yeah.
you don't book it online. You just show up to the station,
And
say,
if
hey,
there's
I
enough
have this
But,
voucher.
like,
Can
will
I get
that,
on the train?
like-
Is there enough seats?
How do we know if it's gonna work? It's going to be because it's technically
We talked to the
it's
person at
expired on
There's
the
no
thing.
expiration dates.
It does.
Well,
have
it-
an
it says it
expiration
on the
date. He
ticket.
just
Yeah,
told
but
us they don't.
He
Amtrak
said that-
doesn't take the. They
Okay.
don't care about the expiration dates.
Okay, because
It's
I was just
probably
like,
just legal reasons. why it's on
Yeah,
there.
they probably used to care,
but now they
or
just
gave
don't.
them out more often, and then now they don't give them out that much anymore, if at
Yeah.
all. Only in very rare circumstances like this, and so they gave them out.
But yeah, there is a chance that they don't take it and that we
Yeah.
will have to pay.
I'm going to.
For the
Yeah,
train
no,
ticket.
there's
So
no
that's why we
way.
should do-
No,
that's why we
absolutely.
need to
There's
show up
absolutely
early.
no way that they're not going to take it. I'll tell you that much
Dude.
right now for free.
Ethan, brother, man, that just reminded me.
I'll tell you that much for free.
dude.
I'm gonna go there and be like, I was told, I missed my train by 4 hours last year, and I was told that I'm getting a free
I did.
train.
Did
So
I-
if I need to call whoever was on
Yeah.
that train, because I have the number on my phone, I will call right
This
now, and we
guy.
can make this a big issue if we
This
want
guy
to.
is so
or get us on the
antagonistic
train.
when it comes to like.
I don't care, man.
Dude, I would say the same thing. I'd
Dude,
go up to the
they
guy and say
so-
the exact same thing.
because public
I-
transportation
we got
is
a flashback
antagonistic.
here though to second day of PAX in the convention. Right early
Bro,
morning.
they're
We're walking
cringe,
in.
man. It's
We're walking
cringe,
in. Me and
man.
Farron going in. Everyone like you guys wanted to get inside or something. You were excited, so you ran ahead. You and Jake, or whatever.
Yeah.
Me
We'll
and
just, like,
Farron.
let's go, and then
me
he
and
was just
Farron
doused.
and like the rest of everyone's walking inside.
I think I just got like left behind.
Well, no, Jake. It's because Jake swung this stupid gate open or something, and then
Yeah.
we went in, like, took a shortcut.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just like,
well,
there's
like
nobody
you
there.
guys
I don't
went
know,
ahead.
whatever.
I went to go like catch up with you guys, but didn't. So I was just like in the middle between everyone, and I was just like walking up.
So I see Farron. They something happens. They're asking Farron to like step aside. Everyone's just walking away. So I'm like, I don't want to ditch Farron alone. I'll stay with him, right? So we're going over to the prop check area,
Yeah.
because Farron gets flagged or something. They're like, yeah, can we see what's in that little sheath thing? Because Farron had like the little like bag to hold like a sword,
Yeah.
even though he had a broomstick because he forgot his sword. So he brings the
Yeah, I
broomstick.
can't remember what they call it, but there's a certain term for it. It is like a protective bag that you put a katana in.
Yeah. So the first day was fine. They didn't check him. He was able to. Have
Well,
it
because he
the
didn't
first
have
day.
it the first day.
I thought
He put it in the second day.
Oh, he didn't bring it the first day. You're right.
Yeah.
So he comes the second day with it, and it's like, yeah, it's it's a broomstick. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
They won't do anything about
Which
it.
we didn't know that he was bringing. He kind of like I thought
No,
it was a joke.
I
saw him like put it in, and I thought it was a
thought-
joke.
I knew he was gonna bring it.
And
but-
then he just
but
brings
yeah,
it. I was
he
like,
brought it.
what?
So he gets pulled aside to like the prop check. I'm standing there with Farron, and they're checking it. They're talking
can't find
about
it.
like, the people at the counter. They're like, yeah, it's probably not. I mean, they're like basically saying like, I am gonna let this through, but I don't
Yeah.
really have the say. It's a broomstick. Is this really an issue?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's get like a higher up to just like give the okay. They're kind of like looking for like who's in charge, because
Yeah.
broomsticks are kind of like not a normal thing to see.
I think it's metal too is the big problem.
Right. So they're like,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
a broomstick.
But like a guy
it
got it
is
with a
metal.
sword last year.
So they're like,
Yeah, it's
Ethan. They're volunteering to be here, right?
Yeah.
So they're
I
being
know.
they're being like,
Yeah.
it's not
Cringe.
a
You're
huge,
right.
it's not a huge deal. They're kind of like, we kind of have to just follow the protocols. This should be fine.
Yeah.
They're like looking. I'm standing there with Farron. I see you guys in a group. Ethan like spots us and starts walking over. I'm like, oh, Ethan's coming over. I'll explain what's happening. He says, so is a broomstick not allowed in? Or
That's not what I said.
I'm like,
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I did say
This
was
guy is-
he got in yesterday with no problem.
Okay.
Because
This
he did.
guy comes in the most antagonistic tone of voice when they're being fine.
No.
They're letting him. I'm like,
Dude.
bro, were at the very cusp of being let in. They're being so cool and chill about it.
Dude.
And this guy comes over like yelling at them basically.
I was not yelling at them. I was just.
Dude, so
sometimes
nervous.
you talking scares me.
I was so
like
nervous. that
going up
they
to
were
like
gonna-
people and then like saying what you
I'm
say. I actually am just like, why I need to hide.
We're
This is
fine.
scary.
I was so nervous that they were gonna match the Karen
Yeah,
No,
just
no,
kick
no,
him
no.
out.
aura emanating
no,
from
no,
your
no.
from your energy.
It's
And
just cringe, dude.
not let the broomstick in.
It is.
It was so funny, bro. I was like,
A guy got him with a sword last
Oh.
year.
I know, but they're volunteers.
I think that
It's-
I think there's like a permit. That,
Well, no,
like,
it's just one of those things where we just were unlucky and
Yeah.
got the people that gave a shit that
Yeah.
day,
yeah,
which is fucking stupid. Why
Yeah.
would you leave? Like, if you're gonna do, here's my thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a protocol, either
protocol.
everybody
Yeah.
follows it or
no one
nobody
does.
follows it.
Yeah.
Well, the minute no
None
one,
of this
well,
in
here's the
between
thing, though.
bullshit
The
where people
minute-
decide that they're gonna do it because they want to do it. Because
Yeah.
then that point you're just like, because then at that point I'll
It
be
means
like,
nothing.
it means nothing and it's just picking and choosing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
The
like you're
minute-
just looking for a
The
problem.
minute precedent is set by like letting a sword inside, the
Yeah.
sword's already been inside. Why is
Yeah.
a broomstick an issue?
yeah, it's
Right. So
It's
it's like
weird.
you have to have policies like that, and you need to follow them, or else they're useless and they don't matter.
Yeah.
yeah.
What are we looking at for time?
Enforcers are just cringe too because that guy
Hour
told me you
24.
got to put your mask down between each bite of your frozen.
Yeah.
That's
that
your
Dude, I'm so glad the mask
whatever.
thing is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
that
too.
Must have been so.
It was
rough.
horrible, man. It
I
was
mean,
the
last
weirdest
year,
thing. Everybody was
we
also they were
didn't-
just
there
being
was a
like
little
police.
chill, but
They were just being police. It was
I mean, they're
cringe.
just-
Everybody
it's-
the first year that we went were so
it's
cringe.
just
They were being so
volunteers
annoying.
power tripping, you know.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Everyone who's
That's
put
exactly
in place
it.
with authority is gonna,
Yeah, I was like, oh my
it's
god,
gonna go to
dude.
their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I know
it's
for next
fun.
year too. If we want to go to a panel, get there like literally an hour before.
Yeah, that does suck. We missed that one out.
Well, because didn't we like?
Hey,
Wasn't
you
the
live
time
and you
like
learn,
different?
You know, guys.
True. We could have got bingo though.
No, Ethan thought it was.
Yikes.
Wait,
We got there before it started, but there was
So-
already a full line.
what it was is
We got
thought
there
it was the
before. We got there
first day.
30 minutes before.
Yeah,
Or like an
and it
hour
was
or
full.
like
I
20
swear,
minutes
I swear
before.
that like something was up and we like missed it.
It was way. I got you. So I had a reminder to remind me 30 minutes prior to when it was due. I thought it was
Okay.
an hour later, but it was an hour
Oh.
earlier than what the app had said, and I got a notification on my cell phone saying 30 minutes until the
Yeah.
panel starts, and I was like, oh shit!
I knew that
then we had
something
to go
was up
immediately
with
from
the
the
time.
Tekken tournament because we sat down at Tekken tournament, and then I was like, oh, we got to go now to this thing if I
Yeah.
want to get a spot in it. But before there it was already a full line, like an hour before the panel even started.
Yeah,
So like people had already been there for 30
'Cause
minutes.
We thought
waiting
it was
in
the
line.
day before, right? And then we
Yes.
were like,
Yeah. And
We
then it
went to the
wasn't.
thing.
It's the
They're like,
next
"That's
day.
for tomorrow," and I was like,
Yeah,
"Perfect.
because
well, now I know where I'm going."
We were
yeah,
ready.
We had it all. We were like,
And
we'd
we got
already
there
been
on
there. We knew where
time.
we were going.
Yeah.
We had the reminder set. We got the time wrong, so you got the app that notified
Yeah,
you, and then it was like we got there, and it's they're. Dude, again, the enforcers, gotta love them.
Yeah.
No one loud. You can't come this way. Like
Exactly.
yelling at people.
Like,
I
well,
understand.
Like I
right?
get it,
They
but like
don't
what
want
about the
people,
people
like,
that
they
are just
have to
trying to
tell-
walk by?
yeah.
gonna
They
jump
locked
in
the
line.
whole hallway off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like why?
Just make a pathway on the very right side and have enforcers
there was a
standing by
pathway.
the side.
Like the
And
thing
then
is,
to
there
make sure
was a
nobody's
pathway there.
squeezing
Like
into
I
the line.
understand. They're standing
Like-
there for probably 30 minutes as people are coming in, and they have to say, "Hey, we can't let people this way. The line's full. We don't want people." Right? If you repeat yourself a bunch
Yeah.
of times, it's gonna get a little annoying. But like,
But the fact that they were like
90% of the
getting
people that were
mad
there,
at
though,
people for walking over there.
And the thing
Yeah,
is,
it
they
was like
weren't
they were
getting mad for
mad.
people who were going to the panel. They were getting mad for the people who are trying to use the hallway
Yeah.
just
as a
walk-
hallway.
yes,
like
like they were just getting mad at like just people just trying to walk by.
It's like I'm trying to just go over there.
yeah, can I go over there?
No, go
No.
back the other way.
Okay.
yeah,
How about this?
dude.
We moved the line
I
over
guess
that
so.
way.
Dude, and the
Wait.
funny thing is, too, they
Like-
had like a police line set up, basically.
Yes,
Literally.
They were
yeah.
like almost like hand
dude,
in
what are they-
hand
what are they gonna do?
across the hallway.
Yeah,
What are they gonna do when like
crazy.
I
Yeah,
can walk
it's
by
so
them?
Weird, man.
Who's gonna stop me?
It's also one of those.
Who gonna stop me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
who's gonna stop Gato?
you're not wrong.
No, dude.
You're not wrong.
Like
Yeah,
you can't be touched.
true,
True.
true. Infinite
Actually.
void. What are you gonna do?
That's dude. It was so
minus
funny.
one RP, guys. You're not supposed to touch me.
You're not supposed to be able to touch
Technically, my
me.
couch
So
can be touched.
that's so funny.
Well, he's
man.
over here yapping.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, while Ethan's just yapping about getting him on.
Kill yourself. Dude, that's so funny. I saw a video the other day of these people at an anime convention that were all squatted up in JJK stuff. There was like Gojo, there's a Gojo, a Yuji, a I'm so mad that I'm forgetting his name.
What is
Blood Manipulation Season 2.
Chozo.
And there was
The
an
legend.
Inumaki, which was kind of cool. And there was one of, I think, a Nobara or something. And I was like, oh my God,
I
what?
love
Another
Nobara.
Inumaki. Some chick was cosplaying as Inumaki. And it was
Yeah.
like the whole thing. And they made like a funny meme where they were all like walking together and like laughing. And then she like tripped or like hit her knee off of something. Or whatever.
Oh,
She was like,
yeah.
oh shit. And then they were all like, ugh! Like at the very end, it was pretty funny. It's
Yeah.
funnier than me explaining
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I've seen
I was like,
videos
oh my
like that.
God, what? I was like, that's crazy. Another
Yeah,
person
another
cosplaying this
squad.
character. Holy.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Because
It's just such a neat, like, nobody cares. It's like either people are just too obsessed with the character where it's like unhealthy, or they don't care at all about the character.
which
I
is
sucks.
what we were.
I just remembered us doing the walk and how bad it was. When
You
we-
should have done it behind that girl's stream, bro.
We did do it. We
Dude,
should
I-
try and scour Facebook to see if we could, because wasn't it Valorant cosplayers that we were doing it behind?
No, I think it's the league.
League cosplayers.
Was it League cosplayers?
Yeah.
Dude,
You did
Why
the
was
walk
it bad?
behind
What
the
did we
League
do
cosplay
wrong?
thing.
I messed up everything.
You just didn't do it right.
You're supposed to be hunched way further down.
And I
his
did
head's
have my
supposed to
hands in
kinda
my
be-
pocket,
His hands
and
supposed to be in his
I-
pockets.
Yeah, you were walking like a gorilla. You were like,
I know, and I didn't like realize until like
yeah, you're
after I
supposed
said
to
it,
be
I was
like,
like, wait,
yeah, we can't do it again.
You're just supposed to look like the most
I needed a
decrepit,
can- I
depressed
needed
person
a can
ever.
in my hand. I was just hitting the Ivern walk because I didn't have the can.
It's basically the same thing.
Which is, I mean, it's the same thing, but still.
Dude, maybe they just thought that you were Ivern and I was
Yeah.
what's her face? What's
I
what's
don't
his
know. There's a lot of champs that walk
Daisy?
in the game.
Daisy?
Oh,
Yeah.
you thought he was? Oh, Daisy, because you're like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Daisy.
I
See,
love
that would
it.
be a fun. That would be a really fun cosplay to do. To
It'd be
do
so
like
hard 'cause
Ivern and
he's so
Daisy
s-
would be
he's
really
so,
cool.
Like, skinny.
Well, yeah, I think
Jake-
the best bet.
Jake could pull it
I,
off.
no, I think your
That
best
guy's
bet for
taller than I-
cosplaying Ivern would be stilts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have.
which
to.
would be awesome.
You would have.
Like
to,
not
yeah.
super tall ones either. You'd only would have to have like maybe 6-inch,
Yeah,
like
but I mean,
pretty
he's-
huge
Yeah.
stilts.
He's a tall character.
Probably like
so
6-inch
you need
or
it.
7-inch,
Plus-
or maybe a foot, like huge
Is-
stilts.
Yeah, I was gonna
Probably.
go with Fiddlestick's first year.
That's
Uh,
tough.
that
That would have been crazy
That's
hard.
tough.
I was looking at it. I was like, "This is
Crazy
insane.
hard, yeah.
Yeah.
But thankfully, there's a lot of like guides out there, like cosplay guides
Yeah.
and stuff. So we could look at like finding a cosplay guide for something
But
like
again,
that, which would be cool.
Now that we have the 3D
But-
printer too,
Yeah, exactly.
too.
Mine's working
Speaking
now,
of-
so
2D printed stuff. I saw this post on Reddit prior to watching Dune that I understand better now. Someone had made a thumper.
cool.
That
That's
works.
sick.
Worked.
That's
that
really
went
cool.
up and down. It like went up and then would come down
Does it
and would go up.
thump?
And then it was
So sick.
It was
Dude,
cool.
those are sick.
I like the idea too of drum sand. Drum sand is
Yeah,
cool.
I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't know if that was
Yeah.
real or not. I
That's
looked it up
cool.
and it's just Dune. It's just a thing in Dune.
Yeah,
I didn't know if that was like a real thing in science
Yeah.
or whatever. And I
yeah,
was
that
like,
would be
oh, cool.
that'd be
When he
sick. If
stepped
it,
on it,
it actually
and it was
was.
loud, and then he like hit it again. He's like, drum sand.
Yeah,
Start running.
Such a sick scene, dude. That whole movie, I really, really like part one.
Part one's good.
As like slow as it is, I think it's
Yeah.
awesome still.
But yeah,
So
dude,
good, man. Lady Jessica's
something
sick
about
too.
Yeah.
something about 3D printing things. It's just so cool.
I
Like,
wish I
that's
had a
another
3D
reason-
printer, but
I wanted, dude.
I wanted to make a Chris knife. I found files for it, but it's like multiple parts and takes forever, so
yeah,
I haven't done it yet. I
That's
want
so
to print a
cool.
Chris knife.
Again, they're using like the tooth of the worm
Yeah,
as the
Yeah.
knife.
that's sick.
Which
I was also thinking about making the
can we?
Atreides blade.
I mean,
the, like,
oh,
curved one. I couldn't
yeah.
find that though. I couldn't
Yeah.
find it. I could only find Chris knives.
the thing about the sandworms that I thought was interesting was the different size of their scale, which kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. But like, if you look at the one that ate the spice collector, that
Yeah.
thing is massive.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then there's the other ones that was
then
like
there's
chasing
like
them.
smaller ones.
It's basically like it's tiny in
Yeah.
relative
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, that one was
It's-
huge, man. The one
That-
that ate the
Which
yeah. Well, just any of them.
Why?
They're massive.
sand
They're-
sweeper, sand comber, or whatever it is.
Do they
It's
just, like-
crazy?
want the desert to just be the desert.
What do you mean?
I think they just attack anything that's
They attack
Making
anything
sound.
rhythmic. The rhythmic sounds.
But like,
yeah.
So like
why?
walking.
They just do.
They just
Yeah.
It's just it.
They know it's most likely because they know it's people.
So they're preserving their land.
Food.
Yeah.
What if they just like spice?
They
And they're just
probably
hooked
do.
on spice
be.
collectors because it's spice.
Oh.
Yeah, they probably do.
The blue eyes.
There's a whole thing
look
again.
So good.
Again,
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, it looks amazing.
They did. So
They did really well with
man.
the eyes. There's another thing. It's not explained at all in the movies, but it's explained in the books, where like the way that space travel works
Spice.
is a human takes so much spice that they become something that's not a human anymore.
What
and they
the
can
frig?
rip
Yeah.
a hole through space and time, and they pull the
So they
spaceship
jack
through it.
themselves up on spice.
They get so ridiculously high on spice and eat such a high quantity
What
of spice
the-
that they literally reach their hand through time and space and pull the spaceship through.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Is that what those massive ships are, or are those
Those
the
yes,
other?
those are the things that are that allow smaller. That is the thing that I don't
That's like
remember
the
the term
space
for
gate
it.
or whatever.
That's
from
I don't
other
remember the
sci-fi
term
stuff.
for it, but the people that are part of the spacing guild or whatever,
Yeah.
which are the people like the they don't even call them humans anymore. They're like creatures,
Yeah.
and they're like in the Dune, the old school movie. They're like these weird like orb
Is that
bubbling
is that
things.
the brain?
The weird thing that like blew that like
Yeah.
threw up. Yeah, that's what it looked like in the
in
movie.
the superior adaptation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the original movie, but in the book, I don't know.
I want to watch.
I
that
haven't
so
seen
badly.
heard the description yet of what they actually look like. I don't know if the description's even given.
Yeah.
But they are
That
not.
feels like one of those
the
things you
description
shouldn't
is they are
describe.
not human anymore.
Yeah.
They eat so much spice that they are not human anymore, and they like transcend time and space, and they can just like pull themselves through it, and then they just pull the spaceship, and it's like, hey, you're here now.
That's sick.
Yeah. It's like there's
Little
a character in
folding of
JoJo.
reality.
Yeah, there's a character in
Pop it up
JoJo
the
whose
side.
stand is like the most. It's very funny because his characters, he's like the dumbest character in the whole show, and he
Nice.
has one of the best powers ever
Nice.
if you know how to use it.
Oh.
His whole thing is the right hand of his stand or whatever deletes basically like
Oh, yeah,
erases
yeah, yeah,
anything
yeah.
in existence, so
Yep.
he can wave his
I've
hand
heard
through
about that.
the air and erase the space between you and the other person and pull you forward, effectively able to teleport just
Yeah.
like Gojo does with his blue
Yeah.
form. Has the ability to do that and also just erase anything that he touches, and the guy just doesn't know how to use it. So he's
Well, that's-
just really
That's like the
weak
guy from
'cause he doesn't
JJK.
get
What's
it.
that guy? What's
The,
this?
like,
It's like
the
something
comedian guy.
Similar, yeah.
Because he has a overpowered
Yeah,
power.
he just doesn't. He's just
but he
not
doesn't know how to
conscious
do
of
Dude,
it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that guy.
Awesome.
I like the.
Dude, what if he
I don't
comes
know if it's in the-
back?
He's great.
Anime.
He's the one who kills Sukuna.
Yeah.
I don't
that'd be
know.
dope.
Are you're just watching anime, right? Or have you?
I've
No, he's
read. I've read it all.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen The Lawyer?
Yeah.
Lawyer's so cool.
He's so cool.
He's a JoJo character though.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
If
pretty
you
sure
like
was,
that guy,
when
you'll
I-
like JoJo.
I've tried JoJo and I didn't dislike it.
Just
It was
watch part 3.
I just don't like it because
No.
it's gay.
You need to watch the whole show if
You
you're watching
do?
the show.
You 100% do.
But like, if you know part 3 is gonna be peak.
Part
watch
3
the
is
first
what you will
2.
like the most though, because
Yeah.
that's when stands come in.
Mm.
And the stand powers are cool. Part 2 is
Yeah.
cool because it's Joseph and he's awesome.
I think I'm still in part 1.
Part 1's like 9 episodes long.
Well, I don't know when part 1 ends and when part 2 starts.
So part 1
Because
is
I'm part 1, but like bad guy. What's main villain?
Dio.
Dio. It's like I want to say it's like London and there's like guns.
Yes, it is London. Oh, London and there's guns. That's Joseph. So that's part 2.
I think it's
Part 1
2.
ends with the boat blowing up.
What boat? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm starting part 1. I
You're
remember the
definitely
manor.
not.
I remember the mansion. And the
Goodbye,
fire.
Jojo.
I remember.
Did you watch it in dub or sub?
I think dub.
Oh, bummer.
should watch it in
You
sub.
have
I
to
need-
because of the English.
Yeah.
There's like he throws them off. So like they're burning. Dio's burning down the manor, and
Let me see. Actually,
uh,
I'll look up JoJo part 2.
yeah, and in part 1, he like knocks Jojo down like into basically the burning manor, like into the fire or whatever, and he's like, "Goodbye, Jojo." 'Cause he's like saying
I don't think I
goodbye,
got to
Jojo.
part 2.
But he's speaking in
But
it's like
English, yeah.
he's
Yeah.
Japanese but speaking English, and it's very funny. Let me see if I can find it. It's probably
Does
easy.
Dio come back in part 1
He comes
after
back
the
in like the
mansion?
whole series, man.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
JoJo.
Jojo. And he like stabs his hand into the fucking stone wall because he's like a vampire, so he holds himself up, and then Jojo plummets down into the fire, but he's smart, so he gets out of it. Yeah, you're probably still in part 1. Part 1 is so mid. Part 1's just so set up.
Not Dune.
It's just so it's so much set up, and it's just like who cares? God.
It's probably.
And then
why I
Part
stopped
2
watching it.
is about the
family dramas.
the 3 other people, the Egyptian god.
You know what else is a really good
It's really cool.
series that just takes a little bit of time to get invested into? Anyways, I think it might be. I think it might be that time to end the episode.
It's time to end this episode.
Dude, I watched the episode 1000 because I got to chapter 1000. I watched the episode 1000 opening. It slaps.
It's the original, but
It's the original opening,
redone.
but they redid it. For
isn't
like
it cool how it's
the
like
new-
the small? It like starts off at the same, and then it widens
the
to the
resolution
16
of the
by 9
screen
resolution.
is like the old 90s
really
resolution
cool.
when it was square, and then they like
And then it widens
it
out.
widens.
It's really
It's
cool.
Have you seen the My Hero, like the new season's intro?
No.
for
It
what?
sucks. I just like I haven't watched it. I haven't watched like the show. I've just like seen
My
the
Hero,
intro.
yeah.
I like watch it on YouTube.
Minecraft show.
My Hero.
My Hero.
I heard
Hero.
Minecraft too.
Oh yeah,
I was
Minecraft
like,
show.
what is
My
Minecraft
Hero.
show?
No, I have not seen the intro to the new My Hero
It's
season.
not good, man.
Bummer.
Anyways,
I like. It's not good.
I think it's time to end the episode.
It's
It's
time.
almost an hour 40.
It's almost
I got
time.
more One Piece to go and read.
Oh.
We're getting lunch.
I know, but they don't know that. They don't know that we're doing another one after that.
Oh no. That's next
I
week.
have
We're
more
doing
One
another one.
Piece to read.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
update
you
that
got a
where
week.
I'm at.
Yeah, you got a week.
I'm
Got a
on
week
chapter
to read so many.
1046 now. I think
1046,
I
holy.
just hit the power spike, the big one. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
We got
that's
to get
it.
another drink too.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go do that.
That's cool. We
Be
did that
back with a
early.
drink.
Yeah. we did.
Dethroned Ollie Pop,
I know.
Dr. Goodwin.
Bummer.
It's modern day.
Let's see if I
tragedy.
can get something that is higher.
Yeah, and actually surprise us so that we don't know what it is this time.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Because it's kind of the point.
All right.
Okay.
I'll see you guys later
Bye bye.
next week.
So yeah.
Bye.